darlings. With Big Meech.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meech. It's time to dish tea with Big Meech. It's time to dish tea with Big Meech. It's time to dish tea with Big Meech.
Darling. And hello. Ah, hey, what's going on to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, and my tea leaf readers? Honey, what is going on in your worlds, darling? It's another glorious day, children. And you know what time it is. So, my darlings, I want you to get all of your crumpets together because, darlings, it's time to dish tea. And you are dishing tea, darling. With Big Meech. What's up, babies? Now, y'all know we're sitting up here in celebratory mode. We are in celebratory mode, honey. Celebratory mode. Darling. Let me give kudos to Georgia, to Michigan, to Pennsylvania, to Arizona, to Nevada, honey. Because, darlings, all those states did what a grand old blue wave, sugar. They came up in here, socked it to the children, and baby, we have the president-elect. And most importantly, we've created history twice. Because with our president-elect, he is now our oldest person to have ever been elected to the office. And with Kamala Harris, we now have the very first woman, the very first Black or brown-skinned person to have ever been elected for the second powerful position in office, okay, as the VP. Now, here's what it is. I'm 50 years young, and I love telling everybody that I'm 50. But, sweethearts, we are experiencing the answered prayer of our ancestors, because not just in my lifetime did I see the first Black president. We are now seeing the first Black, brown, female vice president in my lifetime. You understand? We've done this in this lifetime. So, honey, for those of y'all who are traditional children out there, I keep trying to tell y'all this. Y'all keep forgetting to quote this part of the scripture. When Jesus told the folks, I gave you the power to do that even greater than I have. Greater. You understand? That there is the reason for everybody who believes in it to go shout and run and go backflip to Jesus, kiss him right in the mouth, honey, and come on back down. Okay? That right there is everything. Because for those of us to get elated about that, that should be part of the testament. That should be part of the reason why we are doing out and we're going to do this, that, and the other. Now, let me say this, because I believe in California. California has also nominated, no, not nominated, they have elected in its first, I think the woman is Black. You see, she's a Black trans woman in office in the state of California. I believe she's a senator. I got to do my research on that. Research department, if you're in here, go find that out for me, baby. They've just elected their first transgender person in office, okay? So we have a number of things that's going on to where when we say change, darling, change is what's going to occur. And then let me say this, because T. Ronnie, I'm gonna put you up in here. You say, well, shout out to all our Black queens. Y'all carried us to victory once again. I'm gonna shout that out, baby. And somebody, this is Edwin. All the AKAs are skiing all over the world right now. Pinky up, okay? Now, I'm not part of the Greek, the Divine Nine. I'm not a Greek at all. However, I do want to say this, and that there is historical HBCUs, historical Black colleges and universities, honey. The Divine Nine. This here is a major victory for everything that is about Black culture. For those of y'all who says she ain't Black enough, she wasn't Black this, she wasn't this, that, another, she's a part of the Divine Nine, okay? Which means she was Black enough to get in there, okay? She's an AKA, and honey, what this victory has done was set down there and made a major precedent for all of you who are Greeks out there. Every last one of y'all should be step dancing somewhere, or at least about to culminate. My AKAs, I know y'all out there doing y'all thing, and I'ma shout this out. I shouldn't, but I am. For my gay sisters that was trying to usurp the AKAs and call yourselves Miyaka, whatever y'all was doing, listen. If you support the pink and green the way that you do, this here is a major victory. That's how come, darling. Y'all, I don't care how feminine you were. That's why you couldn't be an AKA. This is a woman's thing, honey, that you just ain't gonna understand with your gay ass, okay? I don't give a fuck how feminine you are, but because you celebrate the pink and green, this right here gave a major victory. So all that is our culture, all that is us as Black folks in this country, and that there is something to be worth celebrating, okay? So today is going to be a day of celebration, and we're going to get down into it. We're going to talk about a few things, because as we celebrate, what we don't want to do is forget what the task is. We cannot forget what the goal is. We cannot forget that in all of this, if you realize what you've done with your voting power, if you realize what your voting power can do, now is the time for us to get together in our cute little cubby holes, in your little selected groups or whatever. Now is the time to come up with the plan. We got 74 days, honey, before Agent Orange got to pack his bags. So we know the end of his show ain't over yet, because that fat lady is waiting to belt out 102. You understand? That fat bitch there is waiting to belt out 111 aria. Okay? The question is that bitch gonna sing it on key, or is she gonna scream us into the very pit of the abyss of hell? Okay? And in the meantime and in between time, what we have to do now is, Black folks, y'all claim, let me talk to y'all who don't like them, okay? And I'm going to say this. In the beginning of all this, I thought that he would have missed his calling, okay? I thought he should have ran back in 2016, okay? And then we wouldn't have had this catastrophe. However, due to his personal issues and losing his son and this, that, and the other, he had to get it together. He had to pull it together. You know, he had to deal with the family. They had to grieve. They had to do all of that. Okay. So now I'm sitting up here thinking, okay, he may have missed his mark or whatever. Okay. I didn't know a lot about Kamala at the time, outside of her being this delicious prosecutor and et cetera, being a senator. I knew I loved her when she was on the floor, because that bitch was no nonsense. I loved to see her and Maxine Waters together, because see, if they were bookends, they were tag teaming the shit out of bullshit. Okay. However, many of you want to bring up their past, where she done locked up all this many Black folks, and he put this crime bill together. He this, she this. And they ain't no good for Blacks. Well, we're going to get into that tonight, okay? Because they're there now. And the biggest thing that we have to do is not bitch and moan about it, What we got to do is hold their asses to the fire. For those of y'all who feel as though, oh, this is going to be Obama all over again, and he ain't going to do nothing for blacks, I'm going to tell you, get up off your ass and stop bitch moaning and complaining and make sure we are there in their faces with the goddamn list and say, we carried you over that motherfucking threshold, and this is what you gonna do for us. This is the work that we got to start preparing for, and we got to start doing it now. You don't wait 2 years down the line because you think you're gonna get a hookup. All right? Now we're gonna get all off into this. Let me go to the comments. Nikki, I'm gonna bring you in, girl, and say, hey, I'm hoping Red come on up in here, but y'all know he like to go traveling and things around New Jerusalem and get his family and stuff together. And all of that.
Hey y'all.
So
congratulations, everyone.
Okay.
We did it.
We got Roderick up in here. We got Sadina, honey. That's Miss Ruby, honey. Facts, child.
Come
okay.
On.
Everybody's celebrating. Okay. Yo, I'm here. Okay, let's do it. Detroit is in the motherfucking house. What's up?
Yes, but we did it, baby.
Okay. Now what you say? Ha. Okay. I got T-Ronnie right there. Hey, that's the big old lovely old tall drink of water right there. Hey, T-Ronnie.
It's cute.
Okay, he is cute. Oh, you ain't seen him in person, honey. Okay. That blue wave has washed Trump out of the White House. Okay.
Baby.
Okay, what's up, EJ? What's coming on through? Hey, come through, bitch. You come on through, Trace. I see y'all up there in the old PA, the Philly. Okay, doing y'all thing. Princess, what up, though? What's up? Okay. Good evening to everyone. Yes, the AKAs. I put that up earlier.
I'm ready to call my cousin Stephanie and my mom right now. I bet you my mom with her old ass in there ski weeding all over her goddamn house.
Okay, the orange turd has been flushed out. Now, he's been flushed. Let's just make sure he don't clog the drain, honey.
Okay.
But that's all right, because we got a plunger. Okay.
Thank you, Georgia.
Thank you, Stacey Abrams. Thank you, Georgia. Come on now. Okay. Okay. Research department is on it. Okay, come on now. Okay, ha. Yes to the sorors. Okay, ha. Come on now. Big Meechin in the house. You know it, Cole. What's up, baby? Okay. Let my white ass in.
You are welcome.
Okay, domestic AKAs, I'm proud of them. Yes, darling, we are all proud. First transgender and first gay congressman. Come on, Dominic, what you say?
Come on through, baby.
Sarah McBride of Delaware has been elected the first black transgender person into Congress. Yes. Okay, come on now. Come on. That bitch about to sing it down, baby. You know the fat bitch is finna let have. That fat bitch is finna let have. There are 2 openly gay people elected to Congress as well. Come on now. Okay, at least 4 other openly gay candidates also won elections into the next Congress. Okay, okay, hey, Cole. Okay, you got a shout out, Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Okay, hard, challenging. Okay, of course, darling, of course. Okay, everybody. Hey, okay, yes. Yo, I got what I wanted, y'all. 4 years of YouTube slow motion drunk Kamala Harris. Sounds sexy.
Don't be like that.
No, he put it on slow motion, honey. Okay.
You nasty, EJ.
Yeah, he nasty. He said he gonna listen to her, put it on slow motion so she can sit down there and talk like that.
However you gotta get the message, EJ. However you gotta get it.
Okay, correct. Obama did plenty for blacks. A lot of black folks just want everything handed to them. Now, you know, we're going to talk about that because, see, one of the things that I get tired of, and that there is part of what is a part of our narrative that's a negative for us, is that we as black people think that we always supposed to get the hookup. Now, just because I'm doing it for the brother, okay, or a sister, that we supposed to get the fucking hookup, okay, without doing the work. Okay, without doing the work. Y'all know it. I'm gonna take y'all to the streets. How many times y'all been on the streets and folks just think that you supposed to just get them your goddamn money? Come on, brother, help a brother out. Just help a brother out. They want to talk that power brother shit. But if the shoe was on the other foot, okay, they don't help you out and carrying on. And it's not a tit for tat kind of thing. The thing of it is that we have expectations, and allow those expectations to become gospel, to become law, to become some kind of something, and we don't do the due diligence to say that we've earned it, to say that we did it, to say that we that it, which is why a lot of folks see us as being complacent, and see us as not wanting to help ourselves up. This is why Black conservatives see us as always wanting to play the victim, okay, and carrying on. It's because of shit like that. And the sad thing is that it's only a handful of people in that mindset. If you look at the collective, it's only a handful of people. Now the thing of this is that because we're concentrated in an area, it seems as though it's much more than what folks think it is.
Right.
Because we're concentrated with it.
Right.
We know, okay, if you live in an apartment complex, my apartment complex had 43 fucking buildings. 42. Okay. 42 buildings, okay? And I think each of us have maybe like 12 apartments, okay? So imagine that. So you do the math, 42 times 12, okay? Do the math, and then that's how many families. And now imagine the number of people that could possibly be here, okay? So you do that. If one building is going through the right thing, and yet all the other 41 are sitting up there talking about they got their food stuff, they waiting on their check, and blah, 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 blah. You're going to think that this is what the world is. Okay. Especially if this is your neighborhood, and then you look across the street, and that complex is doing the same damn thing. And when you go down to the grocery store, everybody pulling out their goddamn EBT card. Now, nothing's wrong with the EBT because I got one, huh? Okay.
No.
When you sit down there and then you hear the rhetoric that comes out of everyone's mouth, this is what the negative narrative is that becomes a lead narrative for our people that we've got to learn to eradicate. And because of that narrative, a lot of folks think that we become complacent with that kind of living.
And it's not that they aren't the same way. We just don't see them. When you look up the people on welfare, baby, you're going to be so shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm in a super petty mode right now. So somebody tell me where that bitch Candace Owens is right now. I just want to know where you're at, girl. Is you okay?
Where's Diamond and Silk?
Ooh. Y'all all right? We doing a wellness check.
Okay. Where's Diamond and Silk, honey? They did all that goddamn stomping for Trump. Where's that motherfucker the pastor that said Donald Trump was he was the first Black president, the real first Black president. Where's he at? Okay.
Kanye, baby, you all right?
Okay. Okay, let's go up here because I got comments coming in. Okay, Tony said, what's up? What's up? Okay, good evening, everyone. What's up? Okay, Cole, you say voting is an illusion. I wish Stacey Abrams was the vice president.
Well, I really hoped it was going to be Miss Keisha.
Keisha wasn't ready.
I know, but I wanted to be her bad.
I know, it would have been cute, but she wasn't ready for that. Stacey, if they had went for her, it would have been a sympathy thing because she should have got governor.
I'm not really sure. I wanted her to win governor. I definitely wanted her to be the governor. I don't know if I'm ready for her to be my vice president.
Exactly. But she gonna get in that motherfucking cabinet. Oh, she got to be in that cabinet. And what needs to happen is she needs to be the next attorney general. So she could be over this fucker. Okay.
Like I said, my little say that please.
Say that please. Like I said earlier tonight, us need to keep us as well. Us need to help us as well. Exactly. Okay.
I said this in my brief little live earlier, y'all. I said, I just want to shout out Pennsylvania and Georgia. I am proud to be from one and living in another.
Okay.
Baby, 4 years ago, I was upset and embarrassed to be from Pennsylvania.
How about that? Okay. How about that?
Because that orange bastard just knew he had both these states, honey. He ain't no way in the world he thought that Pennsylvania and Georgia would not.
Right.
If y'all could have been with us the other day on voting day, because y'all know we voted early. But that day, on November the 3rd, when my daughter voted, she came out the thing and said, F you, Trump. I'm number, whatever the fuck her number was. And this is the one that's going to get your ass. Three, what was it, me?
327.
I'm number 327, and this is the vote to get your ass up out of there. She went on her live and mine. I was so excited about it. I ain't even posted one damn live, and I lost it.
Okay.
But it's about the foolishness, like I was saying earlier. It's about the foolishness. He's not a president. He has made us the laughingstock of the world.
Okay.
You know, he's very unprecedented. He's a toddler.
Wait a minute, hold on. You really think there's going to be police reform, police training, that things are going to get better? Cocaine, Mr. McConnell, still in the driver's seat. If he will, KKK block all important bills. Here's the thing, Cole. Yes, I do. Because the thing of it is that we still got a runoff here that's happening in January.
Yep.
Okay. And this is why we got to claim both of those seats. Because if we get both of those seats, we can control that goddamn Senate. I think it's Senate seat. Okay.
Yeah, how many did we lose? I was looking at the thing.
Yeah, we lost. The Republicans had gained a couple, but right now, the balance of power is here.
Okay.
If we take both of those seats, the one that's going to be hard to do is that damn Purdue. The Ossoff versus Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That one is going to be the tricky one because Purdue, he got his grips up in here. And as a matter of fact, I thought he had won it. Okay. I didn't realize it was a runoff because the last thing I saw, they had predicted him the winner.
I thought the other day, was that the one that I had said the other day was going to be a runoff? That wasn't awesome. It was another, and we got more. Do we got more than one runoff?
Yeah, we both of our Senate seats. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the runoff you were talking about was Kelly and David.
Yeah.
And Kelly got that Republican vote because Kelly and David were both the Republican parties.
Yeah.
Kelly won it. So now the runoff is to see who gonna get the seat because Warnock is the black guy who is the Democrat.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. So now we got to find out who's going to get it. So that there, I think that's going to be an easy fight. If Warnock keeps pulling through the way that he has, he can kick Kelly's ass. Okay.
And people got to be paying attention because just because this president thing is done, that don't mean it's done, y'all. And we got to stay on that shit.
This is why we have to be on that. Everybody who celebrating and carrying on, I need y'all to be on this runoff thing the same way. Here's what it is. We cannot slack on that vote because the power is not the president.
Right.
Yeah, we wanted the incumbent out. We wanted him out. But the power is in the Congress. They're the ones who control the laws and this, that, and the other. Congress controls the purse. Okay? They're the ones who say where the money goes, who gets what, how the money is spent. Congress does that.
That's why I kept saying when everybody kept making it seem like this motherfucker was the reason why y'all was getting stimulus checks and shit. And he was not.
No, he was not. It was
a lot of black people who didn't take the time to understand the politics. And I don't know everything, but I'm learning because we need to understand. But I did know that he ain't control the motherfucking money.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that. I know he's the reason why we was in the bullshit, not the reason why we was getting money for it. He the reason why we in it.
Why did y'all think when he made that executive order on the stimulus, when Congress went on vacation, there was nothing that could be done? Because he just made an executive order, but he couldn't do shit.
Right.
They still had to wait to come back to see if that was going to be plausible. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then he put that in the state's hands because here's what it was. This extra money that we got from the states was supposed to be, remember, the thing was supposed to be, the federal government was supposed to give us an extra 300. Mm-hmm. And the states was supposed to give us an extra 100.
Right.
Okay. What happened was because he did this fucked up ass executive order that had no power, those are his cronies or Republican Party states. Those governors decided to take the FEMA money and to make good on it. That's why that's why Georgia, we got the extra $300. The states was only supposed to give 100. The proposal that the stimulus was, it wasn't going to be the 600, it's going to be 400.
Right, I remember.
Okay, 300 was coming from the federal, but the extra 100 was coming from the states.
So the state gave us the whole thing?
The state gave us the whole 300. They didn't give us 400, they gave us 300.
Yeah.
Okay, but they gave it to us. It was a total of $1,800 that they gave everybody in the state because the money ran out. So it was supposed to be retroactive, started back to August.
Right.
So we got one check that was $900. Then we got the second check that was $900, and then that was it. The money was gone. But catch this. I went to my unemployment thing today, and we got a new letter that was dated for November 4th that said we supposed to be getting some more money. Right. It's dated November 4th, 2020. I said, well, wait a minute. What is this? Of course, you can't call nobody to find out what the fuck it is.
Of course not.
And they haven't agreed on what the next stimulus care package is.
That'll be right there because mine run out at the end of December.
Everybody's does. But we don't have this thing under control yet. So they still talking about the second stimulus. So they don't know what the fuck is supposed to be happening. And we don't. Okay. So now everything is all up in arms. Okay. As far as the police reform and the police training, oh hell yeah, Cole, they're going to get into that. And the reason why is because we got too much going on. Right now, we have mayors who have have integrated a number of training, different kinds of training and carrying on. What was it? This child that just got killed in front of his mama.
And Philly. Yeah, okay. he was only out of the academy like 2 months. They should have already been, since all this shit happened in the beginning of the year, police academy should have been doing training different.
Listen.
It should have been different.
In this particular climate, this is why I fought all of the police unions, all of the children, honey, all of y'all. Okay,
yeah, the Fraternal Order of Police. Y'all need to get that shit together. Like, come on.
I fought them because in this climate where you're sitting up there having to say Blue Lives Matter too, y'all should have been the first ones to say, well, wait a minute, let's step back and look at how we assess the situation. Now, there's some of y'all out there who've been saying that we need to have the social workers and stuff in uniforms. If y'all can have clergy in uniform, damn it, I know chaplains that carry on who wear full-out police uniforms. All they're doing is praying. Okay? They praying, and they at the office, or they go out when y'all need a family carrying on because y'all call them. Then y'all need to have social workers in the same capacity. Somebody equipped and prepared to handle a mental crisis. Okay.
And they need to be having, first of all, they're police officers.
Right.
So they need to see whatever the counselor or whatever that they have at least once a month to decompress. I would say at least once a month. For me, I would make it be like an hour before you come on your shift every week or whatever, however they will be able to do it. But if y'all could do that at least once a month, that way everybody will have a chance to go. Because they need to decompress too. You know, they got to go home. You think about detectives and people that be undercover and shit like that. They got to go home with all that shit on their heart and on their brain. They ain't all right. And then you treat your family like shit because you can't talk to them. And all they want to know is that you okay. So they getting on your nerves because they asking you. But you can't tell them shit.
Right.
Or you just a regular cop and you don't want to bring that shit home because you don't want your wife and your kids or your man or your girl to know all the shit that you had to go through.
Right.
So you walking around carrying all that shit on your heart, and then here comes this motherfucker that you just had an extra bad day that morning, and you don't give a fuck. They do one thing, and you done killed them.
Okay.
Mental health is important.
How does Pennsylvania have 20 electoral college votes when is smaller than Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, and Wisconsin. That there is it deals with the numbers and carrying on because I think they have a number of however they have delegates.
Are we smaller than Georgia?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Pennsylvania's a big ass state.
Research department, give us those specifics on that because Cole, I don't know what's your facts on that. I've always thought that Arizona is large, but I don't think it's larger than I know. It may not be, and I know it ain't larger than Michigan because Michigan got 2 peninsulas. So no, I don't think it's larger than Michigan.
We are very big because we got parts that reach New York and parts that get up into almost in Canada. So because our state is very weird shaped.
But here's what. Wait a minute. He says, okay, and then I understand all that. He needs to die and be replaced. He has more power than the president has. You know, he what? Okay, learn how to. Okay, he got I guess it's his knock block. KK whatever to block the stimulus plan. I've already Pelosi out. I've already Chuck Schumer out. I voted every single blue politician that's been in office too long. Senators in Congress should have an 8-year term limit. Supreme Court justices should have 12-term limits. I don't know if I agree with you on that.
All I know is I don't want nobody to have no lifelong seats.
Exactly. I think that when it comes down to terms, yeah, you know, some of those folks that's up in there or whatever. If the president can only have 2 terms, okay. If the president can only have 2 terms, then I'm going to say that Congress needs to have 2 or 3.
Yeah,
3 terms. That's 12 years. Okay,
but that's Supreme Court shit. I don't like it. No, I don't like that you have a lifelong seat. Shit changes.
Right.
But people getting older, when you get older, you staying in your ways. You ain't changing. You 60 and 70, you ain't changing. But times change.
Right. But that's not going to happen because they're not going to vote against themselves, taking away money out of their wallets. Perhaps they should. Because see, I say this about them and big business as well. Whenever the companies or whenever the country is we have financial crisis or whatever, this has always been where we, the people, had to take the hit. Why we got to cut our motherfucking hours? Why you got to cut my 401k? Why you got to cut my pay? But yet you still on the positive side of this thing. Your profit margin hasn't changed that much. And no, I said your profit margin. You had not got to the point where all the money that you're making is your overhead. You still on the profit side of this goddamn thing. So why is it that you got to make all the profit, but yet I got to sit up there and take the hit because you say, oh, times are changing? No. And that goes across the board. I get sick of that to where the company, listen, back when we did the bailouts and carried on, when Obama did the bailouts for the car companies, and them bitches trying to sit up there telling us, oh, I get my bonus. How in the fuck do you get a $1.2 million bonus, bitch, and we had to bail you out? If you don't put that money back in that motherfucking kitty, bitch, I'm a tap dance on your motherfucking soul in hell. You hear me? And I'm going to make sure that the cleats and the tabs on the shoes is laced in gasoline, bitch. Every step I make, bitch, I'm going to burn your ass. If you don't sit your motherfucking ass down, that doesn't make sense to me. Why is it that the people
if the people have to bail you out, how do you get extra money?
How do you get a bonus?
Because when we gotta do a bailout, that means shit happens to us. People lose their jobs, people lose their stuff. And how do you get extra money when we lose money? That shit ain't fair.
Nowhere near. So that's why I'm there. So I will take that across the board as far as taking money out your pocket, because none of them still have answered the question with healthcare. Y'all are up here, y'all got all the best doctors, y'all got the best healthcare plan. Why is it that you have not scrutinized what the fuck y'all get and say, okay, If we don't get the top of the line that you get, you know how everything is. If I can't afford the goddamn Bentley, I know how to go get the motherfucking PT Cruiser. Okay? Same gangster look or whatever. Okay?
Yeah, make sure we all listen. Y'all know y'all want to get on with me
Okay?
about the healthcare thing because this shit is just ridiculous for me. Like I have.
Okay. So those are some of the things that we have to look into. Okay. What is this? Check out the link above. A black guy got smacked hard as fuck. I started filming it. After that, the 7 KKK, you know what? If you don't stop that shit, the 7 cops let the dude go after I was a witness. Oh, really?
Oh, where
Okay.
you live at?
He's in New York.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, what we got? Arizona is 2.5 times bigger than Pennsylvania, 154%.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But how many delegates do they have? And it's each and it's all that land, developed land. Because
Right.
remember that you know a lot of Arizona is desert, child. So if they ain't got no
I was
land,
gonna say, yeah.
if
Ain't
they ain't
nobody
got no
living in most
land,
of it.
they ain't got no people to represent. So they may not have all the representatives that they need to send up to Congress. So that way Pennsylvania may have more electorals because they got more representation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The children. Let's see. To be honest, healthcare reform can happen. Congress just will not take the time to do their homework. I
They
believe that
absolutely can.
5,000%.
Listen, if they could do it in
5,000%.
other nations do it, we don't. It
Okay.
can be done.
Yes. Don't get me started on the Supreme Court terms, especially where old Uncle Thomas is in that bitch. My parents told me about that clown. Listen, okay.
Leah, you gotta tell it, Leah.
Okay, listen, we ain't gonna even go there. Now, here is what I wanted to get into today. How many of y'all have actually read and paid attention to the Lift Every Voice Black plan that Biden had put together? That's in his plan for election. Huh?
Didn't you
I
put it
have
in
not.
the thing for us?
Huh?
Did you put it in the thing for us? I thought I saw something about it
Yeah,
in the
I
Pusha
think
T
I
thing.
did. Um, uh, yeah, I put that, and then because I didn't know there was a second part to it, because there's a second part that is specifically towards Black men. Okay, and we're going to go through this today. I'm going to go line by line because one of the things that I want everybody here watching to do is that now the work begins. Okay, now the work begins. We got 74 days before the inauguration. Okay, at that time, it's going to be time for us to make sure that we are in place and like, okay, you praising the Black vote, well, now you got to deliver. And so we need to understand this plan. Research department, as we go through this, I want to see how this coincides with what all the other plans were. How does this coincide with what Ice Cube was talking about and carried on? What's missing and all of that? Because what we need
Is
to
he
do.
coming with the platinum plan now?
Who?
Q.
His wasn't the platinum plan, and that he
I
said
know
that
Trump
on
named
what's
it
that?
that. Trump
Huh?
named it. Trump
Yeah.
named it that.
No, the platinum plan was Trump's plan.
Oh, I thought that was supposed to have been what he called
Uh-uh.
Q's plan.
Ice Cube plan was what he called it, the Black America Code or whatever. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Oh. I made some cheeseburger macaroni, baby. I mixed these damn cheeses really good.
Me too. You know that's what soon as you said that's what you. I was like, wait a minute. I got the
Mm-hmm.
same. I made the same thing.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Check Amy's comment on her on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. Wait a minute. What you say, Cole? Why
I
is that
listen.
every 4 years? There's 75 days where nothing gets done. nothing appears to get done because they got to run out the rest of the time. This child is still in office. He don't leave office until the 20th of January. So these 75 days that's left is still his shit. So what is he going to do?
And please, we need for him to do nothing for 75 days, Cole. He needs to do absolutely nothing. I want him to take every golf trip that he can fucking think of, okay?
Okay.
Because he too fucking spiteful. He petty.
Okay, research department says 48 states select delegates based on their population. Delegates cannot hold public office. Many states have laws against faithless electors or those who actually vote against the person they pledge to vote for. Nebraska and Maine are the exception, with 2 delegates per district. I
was wondering why Alaska had so many. So they get 2 per district.
Per district. Okay. They take a recess in August. They take another one in October. They take another break at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Exactly. Now that there is the shit that we don't understand. So it's like, okay, well, wait a minute, honey. What the hell are you talking about? Now that
they had to give up 1 or 2 of those since they went on 5,000 breaks for COVID.
Right. Okay. Exactly. So here's what this is. We're gonna get into the lift every voice with them, but let me break this up because we're still in celebratory mode. So I want to take y'all. Let's do this.
Sir, we have to get going.
What?
We have to get going, sir.
I don't want to go.
I know, but it's time to go.
I don't want to go.
It's time to go.
I don't want to
go. Sir, it's time to go.
I don't want to go.
Come on.
I don't want to go.
I know you're having fun, but it's time to go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Drop the ball. Give the ball to someone else. Give the ball to someone else. Give the ball to someone else. Mr. President, give the ball to someone else. Give it to someone else. Give it to someone. Here. No, don't do that. Here you go. Thank you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
That's gonna be him January 20th. Wait a minute.
Nicole Hutter, thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you. To have you here. Thank you. Why did you come out here tonight?
It was important to, feel the energy and be in the moment, but it's also a reminder to let them know that particularly 55% of white women voted for Donald Trump this year, where it's up from 2016, 53% white women. So while we're in a celebratory mood, it's important to let these people know that why we're here in the first place.
Why was it important? A lot of people out here to celebrate, they just telling me that they wanted to be part of this event tonight. Why did you want to be here tonight in particular?
Because I was here in 2008, I was here in 2012, and I thought it was just important as a part of the democracy. I feel like as though, a lot of people are thanking these swing states for putting us in this position, but I wanted to highlight that we not only have to thank Michigan, but we need to mostly thank Detroit. We shouldn't just thank Georgia, but we should thank Atlanta. We shouldn't just thank Pennsylvania, but we need to thank Philly. Those are majority black cities, and so it's black people who put us in this position of a celebratory mood.
I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. He did not leave us. 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 He did not leave us.
Y'all better stop playing with the Lord like that. You know he watching us right now. Don't be playing with him like that. That's the same lady. Y'all remember that lady, the one in the red dress? That's the same one that they put the Luke music to. I said, y'all know y'all going straight the fuck to hell, okay? Be playing with that being somebody's grandmom like that.
Listen, child. When I saw that, I said, no, they didn't remix it, honey. He did not leave us. That's gonna be a house tune, child. Trust. Let me go to the comments, honey, because y'all are blowing them. Y'all blowing them up. What we got? Can you post this on your wall? That is hilarious. I think it's already up there. Alaska has 3 electoral votes. Again, Pennsylvania 20, Michigan 16, Georgia 16, Arizona 11. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I must have been reading something wrong. I thought Alaska had more than that. I'll look again.
No, you may have confused that with Nevada. Nevada got 6.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of people ain't going to have no turkeys or Christmas gifts this year. I don't care about the turkey because I'm vegan. Are we celebrating? Well, what you know, TJ? Oh, and welcome. Ha! Did you just gag me? TJ coming up in here. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Because remember, each branch has who has the chance to present their plans came ready, but the black delegation. Right there. Right there. Because see, this is what we finna get into right goddamn now. We finna go into this lift every voice Biden thing because for everybody, and yes, I'm talking to all you motherfuckers, and I called you motherfuckers for a reason, because I get so tired of dealing with the argument of y'all saying, but Obama didn't do nothing for black folks, and he didn't do nothing, and he did for the goddamn LGBT, he did for them Jews, he did for the damn Hispanics, but he didn't do nothing for his own. What did you bring to the fucking table to hold his feet under the fire about? And when you saw that everything he was trying to do got blocked by Congress, what did you do to get these motherfuckers out to give him some help? Nothing. So now that you didn't want Biden up in there, you didn't want Kamala up in there, well, they're here now. They're going to be here. So
let's
now
hold them accountable.
Now is the time to sit down here and let's do this differently so that we don't have this whole shit of, oh, well, the Democrats don't give a fuck about black folks. Make them. If we could sit down there and make the damn folks give them the 270 electorals, motherfucker, we can make them sit down there and say, hey.
You can't bitch, moan, and complain from your couch.
Can't. Okay? You can't.
If y'all need some inspiration, go look at that little young girl who cussed out her whole fucking city council.
Oh, okay. Now, what's that?
If you need some inspiration, take it from the young people.
Hold on. Okay, I got research department. Research say what? The president-elect is voted on by the Electoral College in December. Right, because they got to, The vote happens the first Tuesday in November, then votes that are tallied until finished before 3 electoral votes. Following the electoral vote, the president meets with the president-elect and assists with the transition processes, debriefing about national issues and stuff. Now, y'all know that's going to be funny as hell.
That's going to be some funny shit, and I hope somebody got a body cam on. Please, somebody, get one of them little spy detective fucking cameras. We need to see that shit. I know we shouldn't, but we need to.
Exactly. Okay.
Yo, I can't stand cold. Read it.
Okay, right. It warms my heart that around the country, trailer park trash are smoking their crystal meth, watching WWF, banging their cousins, and their hero just went down in flames. How proud are you now, Proud Boys?
Listen, when I read that a few minutes ago, baby, I said that goddamn cold.
Get ready for Rikers Island. You know what? I'm not. DJ Shitstain. You know what? I'm sick of you. Okay. Say that shit, Big. So yes, I'm gonna say it again, honey, because I get tired. I understand the argument, and I don't want folks to think that. No, I don't give a fuck what you think. But what I want to be clear, I want to be clear in understanding that I hear you. I hear you when you're saying, listen, where are we in this equation? Listen, it's always been our vote to do this and our vote to do that, and we have always been carrying this party, but we have got nothing in return for it. At the same time that you said you got nothing in return for it, you never went to the motherfucking table. You never went to the house. You never made a fucking phone call. All you did was play spades and bid whist, got drunk and bitch moaned and complained about it. That's what you did. Okay?
Not spades
So,
and boo-boo.
okay, hold these politicians' feet to the fire. Hell yes. Hell motherfucking yeah. Okay? What you say? Help us. Help us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, ha. Okay. Replace them. Run for office or back someone you believe in.
That's all. Be there. Be there when your council is having meetings.
How about that?
Because it's your responsibility. And we might not have knew it before, but if you didn't know it before, you know it now. It ain't never too late. As long as you're breathing, it ain't too late.
I know what you said, no transition this time. You know what I had? I dreamt it was a daydream that when it come time for that transition time, that Biden gonna walk up in there, he gonna say he gonna call him Sleepy Joe. They gonna sit down there and get into this little war wars. Oh man, come on, cut that shit out because you know Biden cusses. He's a cussing ass. Okay.
I love it.
they gonna
cuss one time, Joe. All cuss for the one time.
And then he gonna sit down there and listen, dude, let's do this. Cause hell, I know what Barack did. Oh, fuck Barack, cause here you go with that Barack shit. Hell, you and Hillary could da. Here's the goddamn book. I'm out. Deuces. And I just see him leaving, ain't saying shit, ain't nothing. Okay.
I see Joe saying, how about you kiss my motherfucking ass and get out my house?
And get out my house. Okay.
Get your shit and get out my house.
Oh, come on. Oh, not a Bernadette. Not a Bernadette. Get your shit. Get your shit and get out.
Everything you own in the box to the left.
Run my keys, bitch. Okay, run my motherfucking house keys. Okay.
I bet you what? I bet you MELANIA shit probably halfway out the motherfucking door anyway.
Okay, right.
She not making her shit in New York.
Okay. Okay, wait a minute. I just missed something. Okay. Yeah, Trump is going to sue all the way to the grave. He's not assisting with any transition. Okay, child, right. Okay. Would they take a page from Stacey Abrams, register to vote and show up. Register to vote. Serve on a jury. Vote for your alderman, your school board, your mayor, your governor. These people affect your daily life.
And now, if you think you can do it better than them, damn it, start running your goddamn self.
Exactly. How about 5 million people meet me at the White House tomorrow at 3 a.m. and we throw him and we just throw his ass out? Okay, y'all know what? How about that? Okay.
Oh, don't be putting that up there because you know it's some crazy motherfuckers that's gonna be right there waiting for you at the gate.
Now listen, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Move, yes, bitch, get out the way. Yes, honey.
That was my mom's favorite song.
Y'all know that's gonna be a meme, honey. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the divorce and the trial of Trump is to come. Now you know that. Y'all know that. Now see, now, let's talk about that for half a second. Just half a second. Y'all know that there is what Nancy Pelosi is waiting on. Y'all know her ass is waiting on him to become a private citizen again, because that's why she didn't want to go for impeachment. She said, no, we're not ready for impeachment because
we want your ass to go to jail, bitch.
Public citizen, bitch. We could sit down there and accuse you of all this treasonous shit that you did against the country.
And how about we treat you like a black man? Everybody show up when they give you your jury duty things. Make sure y'all sign the motherfucker.
How about that? Oh, wait a minute. That's good. Which is the Southern District of New York attorneys are waiting. Oh, that's tea right there.
And Giuliani, they coming for your monkey ass too, stupid.
What? I have no clue. I can't tell you. I don't know. He's going to pardon himself prior to leaving. He don't have to pardon himself. Okay, he can't pardon himself.
I say he like the Secret Service is like the goddamn the fourth or Black Panthers. The women.
Okay.
They
Right.
like them.
Okay.
Bitch, they work for the president. And once you ain't the president no more,
Right.
so you try to act a fool if you want to, when you supposed to get the fuck out. Just like what's the name said, with what I say, when Killmonger took over and they wanted her to come with them. And she said, I serve that throne no matter who sits on it.
Right.
That's our Secret Service, baby. So he can act like he don't want to get his ass about it if they want to.
Okay.
Because they will
How about that?
So y'all better stop.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what this is. Thanks, Mary. Mary sent the contract with Black America. This is
okay.
What's this child? That's Cube saying. Okay.
Okay.
That's nice. Cube saying contract with America. Okay. With Black America. I'm sorry. Contract with Black America. All right. Now here, let me go here. I'm gonna share this page because I want everybody to see this as I read it. Because this may, yeah, we're gonna get into this, honey. Okay, we really gonna get into this damn thing here. And yeah, okay. Now, like I said, what I did not know was that there was a second part to this. Because see, y'all see, I've been reading. I'm all the way down at the bottom. I was supposed to be ready to go, right? However,
I was going to say, hold on, goddamn, that little ass shit. You gonna be reading some of it? Let me get something. I'll be right back.
Wait a minute, right, honey? What? Okay.
I'm listening. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah,
no, that little ass shit. I'm too old.
Girl. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to read the highlighted parts. Okay, all of the details and carrying on. You know.
Okay.
Y'all see all the highlighted, the bold prints and stuff. That's what I'm gonna read. All the detail stuff in this stuff. I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna leave something to y'all to do your own research. But if you go here, this is joebiden.com/Black America. Okay, if y'all want to read this, and I need for you guys to go get intimate with this. Okay, so that you could know it like you know your name. So that 74 days from now, honey, we're ready to go and this and the other. Also, for those of you who are in your own little groups and carrying on, y'all got podcasts, y'all got little radio shows, y'all got little group things, y'all at the church house, y'all got the men's meeting, the women's meeting, the Herstory, whatever. This here is what we need to be talking about so that we can get a plan of action together, okay? I have not gone on, y'all know we talked about Q's plan the other day. Okay, and things. I still have not gotten intimate with it, but now I'm going to have to because I got to get ready for this as well. Okay, so that we know how to bring this into attack. And on top of it, this is what you need to do when you go to your senators. See, we need to do this because it's not just holding Biden and Kamala to it because they're not going to be that accessible. You see what I'm saying? Right. You got to take the proper chain. The chain is you go to your damn representatives. That's why you got state representatives and carrying on of your district. And you go to them, honey, who is your representative for the district that you live in? Do you know your district number? That's the person who you need to go to, okay, for state and federal shit. Okay, you take this to them, grill their asses. That's why they got phone numbers. That's why they got emails. They need to know your name just like you know theirs. And if you don't know their name, then of course they don't know yours. That's why you don't know who to vote for. Okay. How about that one? All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, wait a minute. Let me go to the comments. Do we got any comments up in here? I need to highlight right away. No. Wait a minute. Amy says, well, I want to repeat that it's not all Republicans. Many Republicans that I know ended up voting for Biden, as some who support Trump has gracefully conceded. We are still the United States. I like that, darling. I like that. See, this is why this is important, because I'm sick of the party lines. This is exactly, I'm so sick and tired of these fucking parties, because everybody want to get, oh, well, y'all know the Democrats was the ones who started slavery, but fuck all that. That was then. We talking about now, okay, right now. What the fuck are they doing now?
And that's why I think all that party shit need to stop, because we need to be voting for whoever the best person is. They need to take that party shit out. It still need to be racist like they have it, but it should be about the two best people.
Okay. He said District 6 in Sandy Springs. Okay, somebody knows their district. Okay.
Look, I'm looking mine up right now.
Okay, yes, honey.
Peace and blessings, baby.
My baby is Deborah Sizemore, honey. That's I love her, child. Oh, she's a hoot to have. Okay. Remember to mark your calendars for January 5th, 2021 to show up for the polls for Warnock and Ossoff. Yes,
sure
child.
Will be,
yes.
baby.
Okay.
Sure
There is power
will be.
in consistency and having people know your name. Say it, Mary.
Yes, God.
Say it, Mary. Okay, cheers, where everybody knows your motherfucking name. How about that? All right. Let's get into this. This here is the Lift Every Voice, the Biden plan for Black America. Okay? Here's the preamble. Joe Biden knows that African Americans can never have a fair shot at the American dream so long as entrenched disparities are allowed to quietly chip away at opportunity. He is running for president. He's now the president-elect to rebuild our economy in a way that will finally bring that finally brings everyone along, and that starts by rooting out systematic racism from our laws, our policies, our institutions, and our hearts. This mission is more important now than ever before, as the health and economic impacts of COVID-19 have shined a light on and cruelly exacerbated the disparities long faced by African Americans. In April 2020, Biden called on the Center for Disease Control and Prevention to collect more data regarding how COVID-19 is affecting communities, including breaking down its impacts by race. The data wasn't seen so far, the data we've seen so far suggests that African Americans are dying from COVID-19 at a higher rate than whites. Long-standing systematic inequalities are contributing to this disparity, including the fact that African Americans are more likely to be uninsured and to live in communities where they are exposed to high levels of air pollution. African Americans also represent a especially high percentage of the frontline workers, putting themselves at greater risk to sustain the economy and keep the rest of the country safe and fed, and are less likely to have a job that they could do from home, forcing them to make the difficult choice between their health and a paycheck. While that's not a lot, while there's a lot we don't know about COVID-19, we do know that equitable distribution of resources like testing and medical equipment can make a difference in fighting the virus. Biden believes that this should be a priority and action must be taken now. COVID-19 is also having a disproportionate economic impact on African American families. African American small businesses have been hit hard, and over 90% of African American owned businesses are estimated to be shut out of the initial relief program due to pre-existing systemic disparities in lending. There is especially dire given that African American families have been less of a financial cushion, have less of a financial cushion to fall back on in hard times. Biden has been calling for the nation's relief and recovery efforts to be equitable and just, including by designing relief programs in ways that avoid methods we know lead to desperate outcomes, so that funds can actually reach African American families, communities, and small businesses. President Trump has not heeded his warning. If Biden were president today, he would make it a top priority to ensure that African American workers, families, and small businesses got the relief they need and deserve. Tackling systematic racism and fighting for civil rights have been a driving force throughout Biden's career in public service. He has a record of fighting for and delivering for the African American community. As a U.S. Senator, he has co-sponsored the Civil Rights Act of 1990 to protect against employment discrimination, and led multiple reauthorizations of the Voting Rights Act, protecting African Americans' right to vote. Biden has also led efforts to reauthorize and extend the Fair Housing Act, as a Delaware senator was a vocal advocate and supporter of Delaware State University, the state's historically Black university. Today, we need a comprehensive agenda for African Americans with ambition that matches the scale of the challenge, and with recognition that race-neutral policies are not a sufficient response to a race-based disparities. The Biden plan for Black America will advance the economic mobility of African Americans and close the racial wealth and income gaps. That's the first one. Expand access to high quality education and tackle racially inequity in our education system. Make far-reaching investments in ending health disparities by race. Strengthen America's commitment to justice. Make the right to vote and the right to equal protection real for African Americans. Address environmental justice. All right. Now, here we go. I'm going to give y'all the bullet points. That's all in bold right now, okay? Advance the economic mobility of African Americans and close the racial wealth and income gap. Invest in African American businesses and entrepreneurs, okay? Ensure equal access to credit and capital. Biden will double funding for the state small business credit initiative. Ooh. Now that I didn't know. The Biden administration created the state small business credit initiative. I didn't know that, to support small businesses, driving $10 billion in new lending for each $1 billion in SSBCI funds. Biden will extend the program through 2025 and double its federal funding to $3 billion, driving close to $30 billion of private sector incomes to small businesses, all told, especially those owned by women and people of color. Now that's cute, okay? Expand new market tax credits, make the program permanent, and double community development financial institution fundings, okay?
All right now.
Improve and expand the small business administration programs that most effectively support African American owned businesses. Let me tell y'all something with the SBA. A lot of us don't utilize it, and it's always here. Now, the thing of it is that in my experience, when you're trying to go and start a company or whatever, sometimes it becomes cumbersome. You may not know what to do. You may not know how to get started.
I was going to say, Miss, do you think that's because a lot of us don't know about it?
Exactly. And then now they have a lot of resources here where you can go and learn some things, learn how to write grants and carrying on. They do have those particular programs, and most of them are free. Some of them are very nominally priced, under $50 that I've seen, to take a class or something. But it's nominally, but a lot of people don't utilize this.
I'm gonna get you guys we had a guest on Leadership Blend, and that was her job, like writing the business proposals and for the grants and stuff like that.
Right.
And she started teaching a class on it. Like she actually has a live Instagram that she does. I think it's every Monday. I just forget her name, but when I get it, I will make sure I give it to you guys. I will post it for all of us, for any of us that might be needing something like that.
Okay. No, wait a minute. Let me go back because I wanted to see if anybody was commenting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to read those things because right there. Okay. I'm staying in the bold unless something sticks out. Increase opportunity for African American owned businesses to obtain and participate in federal contracts. That is real big right there.
Ooh.
That there is real big. Okay.
Real true.
Okay. Increase funding for Minority Business Development Agency budget. I don't know nothing about that. The Minority Business Development Agency.
Wow.
What?
See, this is why I'm glad you're reading this, because this right here is the reason why a lot of we just don't know about it, because we just never take the time to look through stuff like this. And I'm guilty, and I am glad that I am learning so much more about different things, because there are things there for us that we just
Listen.
don't take the time to know about. You can best believe them rich white people
Oh,
know about it.
okay, well, here it is. The MBDA plays a critical role in supporting the development and growth of minority-owned businesses around the country, as well as providing needed assistance to federal and state agencies so that they award minority-owned businesses procurement contracts. The Trump administration has pushed for a 75% cut in the MBDA's budget. Biden will protect and call for an increase for funding it. Wow, now that's big. I didn't know that. Okay. Protect small and disadvantaged businesses from federal and state contract bundling, which often locks out African American owned smaller firms from effectively bidding or procurement contracts. Okay. That's big. That there is big. Make sure economic relief because of COVID-19 reaches the African American businesses that need it most. Okay, that speaks for itself. Provide African American entrepreneurs and other small business owners technical assistance. Okay. Reserve half of all the new PPP funds for small businesses with 50 employees or less. That speaks volumes, because those are the ones that we done lost. We got a lot of small businesses that we lost. Produce a weekly dashboard to show which small businesses are accessing loans. Okay, wait a minute. Such a dashboard will help drive better data collection on the beneficiaries of small business support related to the COVID-19 epidemic, including a particular collecting date, including in particular collecting data by gender and race in order to ensure that the program isn't leaving out communities, minority, and women-owned businesses or the smallest businesses. So they're trying to put in a check and balance on their own shit. If we say we're going to give y'all the money, how we going to check to make sure that we're doing it unless we collecting the data to say, okay, that we need to make sure, it's kind of not necessarily creating a quota system, but making sure they live up to their word. If all the money going over here to black gay men, but yet black gay women ain't getting none, or the disabled children over here ain't got none, then that means the program ain't working, because we said it's going to be diverse. So I like that. Okay. Supporting African American churches during the COVID-19 crisis. Okay, this is okay. Shelter in place orders, while critical to protecting the health of parishioners, have hit churches hard as collection revenue has virtually stopped. African American churches are especially at risk during the downturn. One survey put the typical African American membership at just 75 congregants, while others have noted that the annual revenue is down since much of it is typically collected during Easter season. At a time when many Americans will seek spiritual assistance and social support, we must ensure the preservation of religious institutions. The decision by Congress to include nonprofit, including religious institutions, in the Paycheck Protection Program and emergency injury disaster loan programs was a critical first step, but the support has not flowed into the institutions the way it should. Well-connected companies were the first in line for the support funding. Biden's True Small Business Fund will also apply to nonprofit groups like African American churches. Now hold on. I'm not necessarily liking that one.
I need to ask a question about it, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
I'm having a problem with that one. And the reason why I have a problem with that one is because, goddamn it, churches don't pay no motherfucking taxes.
They don't pay no taxes.
Churches are fucking exempt. So
and y'all
all the
keep
money
saying religious institutions.
Right.
Are y'all including all religious institutions?
Right, but they're
or just the church and the synagogues?
Well, they keep saying the African American church, so I'm sure they're going to include all religious institutions that African Americans frequent that are just outside of being Catholic, because I don't think that the Catholic Church is seen as an African American institution. because
not unless they're in the hood.
Right. And so because of that, I got a problem. I get it, but I have a problem with that because I am one who completely believes if the church is going to have a say so in the political makeup, because y'all
Then they need
always
to pay some fucking taxes.
you motherfucking right. If y'all could go to the evangelicals to swing a vote and to push a vote or this, that, and the other, if they got that much clout and that much power to shift the motherfucking vote, or the evangelicals could come up there and they can rally about religious rights and this, that, and the other, then damn it, they need to pay a goddamn religious tax.
Yep.
Stop making their motherfucking asses totally tax exempt. Make them pay some motherfucking taxes. Because here's the thing, the money that they don't pay in taxes is supposed to go to social services in the community. And a lot of these damn churches do not do what they're supposed to do. Because
They
otherwise,
they do not help the people. All they care
no.
about is what them collections plate give and what the government give to them to help. But
Right.
they don't serve the people. You there to serve the people. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get some light right because my back and stuff was hurting, so I had to come up out of that pool.
All right. He says expand African American home ownership and accessible and access to affordable, safe housing. Okay, now that speaks for itself. Help families buy their first home and build wealth by creating a new refundable advanceable tax credit of up to $15,000.
But who is that? That's for families. It ain't for us.
I know. I'm gonna get to that. Okay. Tackle racial bias that leads to homes in communities of color being assessed by appraisers below their fair value. So you know that happens a lot. Okay.
Yep.
That happens a lot.
Because they want to gentrify the shit.
Exactly.
And they do everything to push you the fuck out.
They do everything to push you out. And then white folks will come in, and that same house that they done sit down there and told you was going to be maybe $250,000, that person will get it for maybe 180, 175, you know, and carrying on. Yeah. Roll back Trump administration policies gutting fair lending and fair housing protections, strongly enforce fair credit reporting laws, and create a new public credit reporting agency. Oh, now that's big. That's big. Okay. Protect homeowners and renters from abusive lenders and landlords through our new homeowner and renter Bill of Rights. God damn it. Okay, no, wait a minute, I'm gonna read that one. The new Bill of Rights would prevent mortgage brokers from leading borrowers into loans that cost more than appropriate, prevent mortgage servicers from advancing a foreclosure when the homeowner is in the process of receiving a loan modification, give homeowners give homeowners a private right of action to seek financial redress from mortgage lenders and servicers that violate these protections, and give borrowers the right to a timely notification on the status of their loan modifications and to be able to appeal modification denials. Okay. Okay, so that's on both ends. I like that. To give them enough time. It's all about the timing in that. You just can't throw shit up at me and say, oh, well, you got 30 days, bitch, and I'm telling you I'm broke. Okay, can we work something out? I got that. Right. Roll back Trump's administration policies gutting fair lending and fair housing protection for homeowners. Give local elected officials the tools and resources they need to combat gentrification. Okay. Hold financial institutions accountable for discriminatory practices in the housing market. Okay. Restore the federal government's power to enforce settlements against discriminatory lenders. Restore it. What happened? The Trump administration has stripped the Office of Fair Lending and Equal Opportunity, a division of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, of its power to enforce settlements against lenders found to have discriminated against borrowers. For example, by charging significantly higher interest rates for people of color than white individuals. Biden would return power to the division so it can protect consumers from discrimination. How did you? I didn't even see. He stripped the power. Okay. Strengthen and expand the Community Reinvestment Act to ensure that our nation's banks and non-bank financial services institutions are serving all communities. Interesting. Okay. Eliminate local and state housing regulations that perpetuate discrimination. Increase access to affordable housing. How about that? Establishing a $100 billion affordable housing fund to construct and upgrade affordable housing. Okay. Providing tax incentives for the construction of more affordable housing in communities that need it most. Okay. Protect homeowners during the COVID-19 crisis. Okay. Let's see, read Joe's full plan on housing. Okay, so that's there. Promote more equitable wealth building and a more secure retirement. Okay, how about that? Okay, equalize the tax benefits of defined contributions plan. Okay, okay, remove penalties for caregivers who want to save for retirement. Wow. Okay, African Americans are more likely to be caregivers than whites. They also bear disproportionate caregiving responsibilities relative to white caregivers. Biden will support informal caregivers by allowing them to make catch-up contributions to their retirement account, even if they are not earning income in the formal labor market, as has been proposed in the bipartisan legislature by Representatives Jackie Walorski and Harley Rhoda. Okay. Give small businesses a tax break for starting a retirement plan and giving workers the chance to save at work. Okay. Okay. Make Social Security benefits more generous and equitable. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
How about giving the people that deserve them?
Well, invest in communities that need it most. Fully implement Congressman Clyburn's 10-20-30 plan to help all individuals living in persistently impoverished communities. To tackle persistent poverty in all communities in both urban and rural America, Vice President Biden supports applying Congressman James Clyburn's 10-20-30 formula to all federal programs targeting funds to census tract with persistent poverty. Okay, we got to go to that research department 10-20-30 formula. Create a White House strike force to partner with rural communities to help them access federal funds. Okay, drive additional capital to low-income communities to spur the development of low-income housing. Okay, right, you got to make it attractive. Okay. Build and modernize infrastructure to communities that need it most. Exactly, which is a lot of impoverished neighborhoods, a lot of those urban, rural areas that don't have all that land, but they ain't got no hospital for 40 miles, 50 miles. Okay.
Yeah.
Invest in historically marginalized communities and bring everyone to the table for transporting planning. How about that? Ain't that what we said about that?
Yes.
About going to the
Everybody needs to
table.
be a part of it.
Okay. Bring broadband to every American household. How about that? That's the infrastructure. It's all about, okay. Support African American workers, fight for equal pay, ensure federally funded projects protect workers. Okay. Okay. How about that? Because y'all know we get them somewhere, and because it's a federal program, they only give you limited this, that, and the other. Okay. Right. Encourage diverse hiring and promotion practices. Oh, the promotion. Okay. Restore the federal government's role in setting the bar for other employers to advance opportunities for all workers. Okay. Protect essential workers in the COVID-19 crisis. Okay. Now that's all of that. Turn unemployment insurance into employment insurance. Oh, let's get into that. Yes. African Americans workers are more likely to work in jobs subject to reduced hours, furloughs, and layoffs during the pandemic. Biden would transform unemployment insurance into employment insurance for millions of workers by getting states to adopt and dramatically scale up short-term compensation programs. Under short-term compensation, also known as work sharing, firms in distress keep workers employed, but at reduced hours in the federal government helps make up the difference in wages. The Obama-Biden administration championed this approach in the U.S., and so far, more than half of the states have established short-time compensation programs. For the current crisis, the administration should move rapidly to scale up short-time compensation in all 50 states. The District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands to save or restore millions of jobs. Well, how about that? Y'all keep talking about we get more money on unemployment than we do at work. Well, hell, it's the same thing here, but you're keeping us at work. And then we earning most of our money, and then you just making up the difference. If we was on, it's kind of like what we're doing now with part-time unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, expand access to high-quality education and tackle racial inequity in our education system. Provide high-quality universal pre-kindergarten for all 3 and 4-year-olds. Eliminate the funding gap between white and non-white districts and rich and poor districts in order to give teachers a raise and expand STEM curriculum in underserved school districts. Now that right there, come on now. Improve teacher diversity. We need more Black male teachers. Now that there, I'm gonna put that out there. We need more Black male teachers in the damn school systems, period. Reinstate the Obama-Biden administration's action to diversify our schools. Ensure that African-American students are not inappropriately identified as having disabilities, while also ensuring that African-American students with disabilities have the support to succeed. See, that's that damn ADHD shit. You want to sit down there and say that they need medication on Ritalin, they this, they that, and just to cast them out as throwaways. But then those who are in wheelchairs or have learning disabilities or any other kind of special needs, y'all do nothing for them to support them in the school.
Right.
Okay. Address the African American student debt crisis. Ooh.
You know that's for us. We need to get into that.
Okay. Increase college completion by making college affordable for African American students. Okay. Invest in over $70 billion in the historically Black colleges and universities and minority-serving institutions that will train our next generation of African American professionals. How about that? Okay. Create a Title I for post-secondary education to help students at under-resourced 4-year schools complete their degrees. How about that?
And not make us pay so much goddamn money for shit where we ain't really getting the training.
How about that? Make a $50 billion investment in workforce training, including community college, business partnerships, and apprenticeships. That sounds like Votech again.
Right.
You know, that sounds just like Votech. And doing hands-on. Remember the apprenticeship programs and all of that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make far-reaching investments.
I mean, I went to a vocational high school.
Right. Make far-reaching investments in ending health disparities by race, okay? Ensure access to health care during the crisis. Ensure accessible to affordable, high-quality health care beyond the crisis. How about that? Reduce the uninsured rate for African Americans by creating a public option health plan. Improving care for patients with chronic conditions. Lowering costs for African Americans enrolled in Obamacare plans. See that? Okay, now here we go. When we talk about correcting some shit, okay, there we go. Lowering drug prices, reducing our unacceptably high African American maternity mortality rate. Okay, because a lot of these kids don't know to go get prenatal care and this, that,
and they dying. Okay. They dying giving birth. Women ain't died giving birth since back in early time.
Exactly.
There's no reason that we should.
Right. Expanding access to reproductive health care, including contraception, and protecting the constitutional right to choose. Okay. doubling the nation's investment in community health centers, expanding access to mental health care, tackling social determinants of health. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With determinants, rather. Okay. I'm sorry. I missed. Invest in the diverse talents at historically Black colleges and universities and minority serving institutions to solve the country's most pressing problems, including health disparities. So y'all look at for the doctors to come out of there. Come on. Build a diverse pipeline of healthcare professionals by investing in healthcare graduate programs at HBCUs. Ain't that what I just said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's not a lot of graduate programs at the HBCUs.
Not okay.
And not one.
Strengthen.
Go ahead.
Right. Okay. Strengthen America's commitment to justice. We can take. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go here. Today, too many people are incarcerated in the United States, and too many of them are African American. To build safer and healthy communities, we need to rethink who we're sending to prison, how we treat those in prison, and how we help them to get the health care, education, jobs, and housing they need to successfully rejoin society after they serve their time. As President, Biden will strengthen America's commitment to justice and reform our criminal justice system. Okay. We can and must reduce the number of people incarcerated in this country while also reducing crime. Our criminal justice system cannot be just unless we root out the racial, gender, and income-based disparities in the system. Our criminal justice system must be focused on redemption and rehabilitation. No one should be profiting off our criminal justice system. That should have been first. Okay. Yeah. That should have been first, but I'm glad it's up in here, and that should have been in all caps. Okay. Mm-hmm. Expand and use the power of the U.S. Justice Department to address systemic misconduct and in police departments and prosecutors' offices. Okay. Establish an independent task force on prosecutorial discretion. Reinvigorate community-oriented policing. Okay. Community-oriented policing. Let's read that. Policing works best when officers are out of their cruisers and walking the streets, engaging and getting to know members of the community. Okay. But in order to do that, police departments need resources to hire a sufficient number of officers. Biden spearheads the Community-Oriented Policing Services (COPS) program, which authorized funding for both the hiring of additional police officers and for the training on how to undertake a community policing approach.
However, I was going to say, because if you hiring them and then you ain't training them right, that ain't going to make a difference.
However, the program has never been funded to fulfill the original vision for the community policing. Biden will invigorate the COPS program with a $300 million investment. As a condition of the grant, hiring police officers must mirror the racial diversity of the community they serve. Additionally, as president, Biden will establish a panel to scrutinize what equipment is used by law enforcement in our communities. Okay. Mm-hmm. Invest in public defenders' offices to ensure defenders access to quality counsel. Ooh.
That's good.
That's big. Okay. Create a $20 billion grant program to support criminal justice reform at the state and local level. Reform sentencing. End criminalization for power. Oh, wow, that's big. End criminalization of poverty. That is so big. That's so big. Stop corporations from profiting off incarceration. That's going to be big. That's going to be big. That's the task. That's going to be
big. And selling shit for $400 and $500.
And that's going to bust some shit wide open. Eliminate existing barriers preventing formerly incarcerated individuals from fully participating in society. I've already said that. That don't make no motherfucking sense.
Because
If
yeah,
I'm all,
because they ain't thought about reforming them for real. Y'all shit
no,
ain't
they
to
haven't.
reform them. That's why they took away all the shit. They can't learn no more. They can't go to school. They can't do that. They can't do that. But then when they finish their sentence, they come out to nothing and return back to what it was. Because if you did a long bid, then you got them. The times have changed. They ain't
Right,
did shit to help you rejoin society.
right, right. Okay, let me read this. For example, Biden will eliminate barriers from keeping formerly incarcerated individuals from accessing public access to SNAP, Pell Grants, and housing support. The Biden administration will incentivize states to automatically restore voting rights for individuals convicted of felonies once they have served their sentences. He will also expand access to mental health and substance use disorder treatments, as well as educational opportunities and job training for individuals during and after incarceration. Oh,
Mm,
reform the juvenile justice system. Okay, that's the same
mm.
thing.
That's a
Make
good
our
one.
communities safer. Okay, okay. Make the right to vote and the right to equal protection real for African Americans. Okay, so fuck all the. You know what? I get so tired of us having to go revisit the Voting Rights Act. Why we
Right.
keep got to? Why we always got to
Why
go
can't that
revote
be
that damn thing?
abolished? They need to abolish it.
They need to sit. No, what it has to, what should have done is that it's no longer a goddamn act. Make it a goddamn amendment to the Constitution. If it's part of the Constitution, we ain't got to keep voting for this damn thing. Make it a damn amendment. The women's rights is a motherfucking amendment. They can vote. That's
Them
the
motherfuckers
19th
knew what they
Amendment.
was doing when they
That's the
kept
19th
doing it,
Amendment to
kept
the
doing it.
Constitution,
What
honey.
other things do we know? There is nothing else that we got to keep voting on that's that crucial
Exactly.
to people's
Okay.
rights, to people's
Exactly.
basic human rights.
Oh wow, wait a minute. Hold on. Amy said, I'm about to cry. I can't believe that they are actually talking about allowing former prisoners to return to society. Amy, this is part of the thing that we have all, I know I've talked about it. May not have done enough to fight for it, but damn it, I'm always putting that in front of my councilman, in front of everybody. We have got to stop keeping these prisoners locked up. If I've already done my motherfucking time, and you say time served, and I done sit up there and paid my debt to society, why is it that this job over here keep me locked up in prison and won't hire me? Why is it that you know I ain't got no damn money? How come I can't get into public housing? Because you say I got a criminal record. Okay, so you won't let me get into public housing. If I go to apply for food stamps, you won't even let me eat, goddammit. Now you let the taxpayers pay it when I was locked up in that motherfucker. But now I'm out here trying to say, can I at least get some nutrition? You won't even let me get food stamps. So everything now is like I got to go home off my mama
But I
or
don't
my
know. That must be state by state though, because I know all. And when people come home in Pennsylvania, they get them food stamps and medical and all that.
it's got to be on the state. I know here they could give food stamps, but
Mhm.
only a certain amount, but they can't get public housing.
Yeah, I don't know about the public. No, you know what? They give them. They could join these programs and get the housing vouchers. Now they might not give
Exactly.
them. They might not give them Section 8, not the Section 8
Yes.
voucher, but they'll give them like the like a rent voucher.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yes.
then what good does that do if you can't get a job that's going to be able to help you pay your rent?
Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm going to the comments. I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. Chase said that plan sounds great, but let's see how much of it the House of Representatives and the senators let pass, given that the Republicans are winning back the House and still have control of the Senate. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Redemption and rehabilitation sounds like it. Okay. Could that mean abolishing solitary confinement and decriminalizing drugs? Possibly. Okay.
Well, that's what
Uh,
Joe been saying he been trying to do.
right. Exactly. That was one of the things he was saying in the damn 1994 crimes bill that everybody keep wanting to
Hmm.
put on him. He said that there was something I've always fought for, not sending folks to jail because of drugs. He said they need to go to rehab. He said
Hmm.
a lot of the stuff that I was fighting for, they got shot down. You know,
Right.
because he didn't want the 3 strikes you're out rule for just any old crime. He
Only
said,
for the
I wanted
for the
that
for
violent,
the
violent crime.
violent crimes.
Okay, for those who are killing and murdering and carrying on. He said,
Right.
if you do that 3 times, this shit, yeah, lock them up.
Right.
Okay. As a person who was and is disabled during school, I cannot tell you how many times I had to prove that I wasn't dumb. I'm happy that this plan is making provisions for people like me. Oh, Leo, don't you make me cry. Oh, that just hit me. Oh, that just hit me. Oh, that just hit me. Oh, God, that just hit me. Damn. That wasn't supposed to take me out like that, child. Y'all trying to take me out of here. Okay. Okay, I love how you're breaking this down, Big Meats. Thanks, so digestible. Okay, well, thank you, babe. That's the whole point. See, this is why this show I think is probably one of my most important shows, because now that he has been elected, these are his words. This is the plan that he says he wants to have operational. So now we got to know the plan so that we know how to go up there and say whether or not he did something for Black folks or not.
Or how to
But this
help him fight for it.
and hold him to his word. You said you was
Yep.
gonna do this, and then here's where it is. If you say that to him, this is what you got to tell our congressman, because remember, Congress, the representatives are the one that's gonna make the laws. So you say,
Right.
no, his plan said we gonna do this, and damn it, you gonna do that. This
Right.
is what we put you in office for, because this is what we said we need. This is why
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through this like this. Now, like I said, I'm only going through the highlighted parts, unless something sticks out. I need to read the details of it. But this is why we're doing this. So y'all go back and get the details of it so that you can get intimate with it, so that you know when he gets up in here and they swear in, baby, it's on and popping. It is on and popping.
Right. We gotta hold them
Okay?
responsible. We gotta hold them accountable, but then we also have to be able to have his back to be able to fight with him because we
Okay.
know that they're gonna give him hell. We know that they're gonna try to block every goddamn thing that he say he gonna try to do.
Okay, here we go. Research Department. James Claiborne had proposed the 10-20-30 plan in response to communities with persistent poverty. It includes countries, counties all over the United States, and is diverse as the states. To quote, uh, at least 10% of rural developments investments be made in persistent poverty communities. Counties where 20% or more of the population have lived below the poverty line for the last 30 years. That became known as the 10-20-30 formula. Okay. There we go. Okay. Not sure, baby. Not sure. I think he has something to do. Okay. All right. Y'all, okay. Y'all are on it, honey. Y'all are on it. Oh, y'all are on
Mm-hmm.
this, baby. Okay. What'd you say? Homeowners and renters bill of rights. That affects everyone. It sure does. Okay. Tracy, what you say? Felons are still in jail even when they released into society. It's just the cage is invisible to the eye. Say that, child. Okay. Real estate regroup show. She said, what? But we have to vote the Congress and representatives out and put the ones that agree with him. We need the lines to be as long for them as we did for his presidency. Right there, baby. Right there. Right there. Now here's the ticket, because in the next 2 years in 2022 is where we're going to be voting again for Congress, because a lot of those seats are going to be up. So this is why this is important. Okay. This is exactly why this is important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tay say, first off, these fat bastards that keep putting on the force ain't gonna walk around nobody's neighborhood. They're gonna do this. They will have to break down the force and properly train the new cops. They will also need to train them on how to handle situations with mental patients. The way they're doing it now doesn't work. Of course not. And you're right. See, you know what? And I'm gonna say this as a person of size. One of the things about being on the police force was that you had to have been of a certain health. Your health has got to be where you could go and run
But that's the thing. What it is you do have to be fit and you have to pass all those tests to get on the force. It's once you get on the force, they don't make you keep that up.
Keep it up. Exactly. And then they bitch moan and complain about insurance rates going up. When a lot of them got hypertension, the job is already a stressful job. And a lot of them gain weight because they are emotional eaters. I know I'm an emotional eater. So you talk about dealing with murder and arguments and domestic abuse and child this and this, that, and other on a consistent basis. They eat out of emotion and out of boredom. Because if you're on a patrol or on a stakeout, y'all know what it is when you're just sitting around the house and it's that boredom eating because you just want something to do and off as hunger when it really isn't. It's just boredom. It's all that kind of shit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me get back into it because I'm almost done.
I was getting ready to say, y'all, because I need to hear all this.
Okay.
I gotta go to bed a little bit earlier tonight, but I need to hear it all.
Make the right to vote and the right to equal protection real for Americans. Okay. Ensure that political appointees, including the president's cabinet, look like the country they serve, and ensure that our federal workplace is representative of the demographics in our country. That speaks volumes. It speaks, appoint U.S. Supreme Court justices and federal judges who look like America and commit to the rule of law. Understand the importance of individual civil rights and civil liberties in a democratic society, and respect foundational precedents like Brown versus the Board of Education and Roe v. Wade. Ensure every vote counts. Combat the epidemic of violence against transgender women of color. Did you put that in here?
You better come on. Come on. It's about time somebody saying something.
Bitch, wait. Wait, Scarletta, darling, get your mother something to drink, honey. I'm gagging. I'm fucking gagging.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
God, I just gagged on gag. I'm gagged. Okay.
That just brought me to tears. Y'all, I'm in here. I got tears in my eyes.
Well, what you say, child? Okay.
That's amazing.
Tackle systemic racism and support a study of the continuing impacts of slavery. Whoa, what is this?
Come on.
We must acknowledge that there can be no realization of the American dream without grappling with the original sin of slavery and the centuries-long campaign of violence, fear, and trauma wrought upon African-American people in this country. As Biden has said in this campaign, a Biden administration will support a study of reparations.
Wow.
Support a study of reparations. Biden will begin on day one of his administration to address the systemic racism that persists across our institutions today. That's why he developed education, climate change, and healthcare policies, among others, that will root out this systematic racism and ensure that all Americans have a fair shot at living the American dream.
Right.
Address environmental justice. Okay. Biden knows he cannot turn a blind eye to the way in which environmental burdens and benefits have been and will continue to be distributed unevenly along racial and social economic lines, not just with respect to climate change, but also pollution of our air, water, and land. The evidence of these disproportionate harms is clear. According to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America and the National Pharmaceutical Council, African Americans are among 3 times more likely to die from asthma-related causes than their white counterparts. People of color are far more likely to live in areas vulnerable to flooding and other climate change-related weather events. They are also less likely to have the funds to prepare for and recover from extreme weather. In the wake of Hurricane Harvey, African American and Hispanic residents were twice as likely as non-Hispanic white individuals to report experiencing an income shock and lack of recovery support. As president, Biden will stand up to the abuse of power by polluters who disproportionately harm communities of color and low-income communities. He has asked his campaign to commence a process to more deeply engage with environmental justice leaders and develop additional policies related to environmental justice. The policies to be announced in the weeks ahead will build on proposals he has put forward to date. Reinstate federal protections rolled back by Trump that were designed to protect communities, hold polluters accountable, ensure access to safe drinking water for all communities. Okay, that's that Flint, out here Flint.
Okay.
Monitor for lead and other contaminants and hold polluters accountable. Prioritize communities harmed by climate change and pollution. Additional materials, fact sheet, Joe and Kamala will empower Black men. Okay? You know what? I'm not going to read all that. I'm going to save that. I'm going to let y'all go and do all that. Y'all need to do some research on your own. Okay?
Listen, honey. I was like, look, I'm tired and I really need to go to bed early, but I was listening to every word.
Okay. Now that there is that. Okay. That there is that.
And then I think in going over this thing, to not get bombarded with it, take a little bit at a time and understand exactly what it is. Don't just read it, but in order to understand it, you may not need to just rewrite through every little thing. You need to take it by parts and break down every piece so that you understand it and know that it's okay to ask other people, yo, what do this mean? I'm not really sure about this.
Exactly.
What you think this means? Let's have a discussion about it. You know, if y'all read it and something pop out at y'all and you feel like you might not be getting it totally, or this is what you got out of it, but that might not mean that's what it is. Let's converse about it.
Okay. Darlings, darlings, darlings. We got our work cut out for us.
Yes, God.
We got our work cut out for us, honey. Tracy, what you said, I bet many trans people don't even know they're part of the plan. How about that?
Well, let's make sure they know.
This is why I'm glad that we did this. This is why, okay? And for all, and I'm gonna say this to you naysayers out there who gonna sit down there and say, oh, see, he gonna make this an LGBT thing. Did you see how far I read before we got to anything LGBT?
Right.
Okay.
And the point was, is there.
I read. Okay. And this is the plan for Black America. And we do have an issue with Black trans women who are being violated and killed and this, that, and the other. Okay.
We've been seeing it. We watch the videos. They do it without consequence, without any thinking it's going to be a consequence. So if it's in his plan, this is one of those things. If it's special to you and you know that we should be fighting for it, then let's fight for it.
Exactly.
And let's not cry about it and scream about it when it happened and you ain't been down to your local council meeting to be, hey, Biden said.
Right.
So who the fuck we need to talk to so that we can make sure this shit start turning the way it's supposed to turn.
How about that? Now, I'm going to say this out loud right now. I know damn well that the contract with Black America ain't got shit about trans nothing in it, honey.
Oh, I'm sure. Man. I'm sure.
So, and especially, and if it does, it's sugar-coated because this child called that out. Y'all heard me read it. Y'all heard, he called it out directly.
Yep.
So this here is saying that everybody is at the table. Okay, y'all want to say Black Lives Matter? Well, damn it, did he just do that?
Right.
Okay, because I'm still gagged.
And let me understand, like what we were saying before. Y'all want to say Black Lives Matter, then all Black Lives Matter.
All Black Lives Matter, honey. And that there is this. So now what we have to do is take this and share this. Wait a minute. Let me put this up here because I want to make sure y'all get this. The doo-wop, the website. I'm gonna put this here.
And y'all excuse my emoji, my back and stuff was hurting, so I had to come in the living room. Couldn't get the light right, so excuse my emoji, but I am here in presence.
Okay, y'all see this? I should have made this a banner, but to let that roll. But y'all see that I'm gonna leave it up here for a little minute, and I knew it. Ha ha! Come on up in here, Red. Okay, come on. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, sir.
Wait a minute. There we go. Hold on. Where's your picture at? Wait a minute. Go out and come back in because something ain't right. I got blackness.
Is that red?
Sounds of blackness.
Sounds of blackness. Did my brother ever come in the room?
Yeah, he's coming in, but wait a minute. I got to make sure that he's going to come in.
No, I'm talking about my little brother, Nico. Nico never came in?
No.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, Red, go on and come back. Okay, here we go. There we go.
Hey, sir.
What's going on?
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, I just came on here because I had a lot of company going on the other day, unexpectedly.
Y'all all right?
Oh yeah. I just wanted to, chime in here and kumbaya with y'all.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Appreciate it. My vote counted this year.
I felt like mine did too.
Yeah. So I wanted to thank all the little niggas that actually left the trap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They took a trap moment just to go and vote, for president. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of riding around looking for hoes that day, they rode to the polls, you know what I'm saying?
No, because the hoes was at the polls.
Remember the girls was at the polls?
The hoes was at the polls. That's why the niggas was there.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, whatever get them there.
Hey, anytime that you can go
we gonna get all the girls from the strip club. Dad, what happened? He left again? We gonna get all the girls from the strip club for the day of the runoff. We're gonna take them out to all the polls and tell the guys that's where they at.
Yeah, because I'm definitely gonna show up with mine. My
Okay.
Well, Red, I know what we've been talking about, been real important and stuff. But Red, did you see what Nature Boy said about us?
You talking about, I barely heard it. What did he say?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Because I was looking at the post, somebody was running their mouth when I was doing it.
Well, wait a minute. Did I download it? Hold on. I want to make sure that I got it in the queue. Because it was really cute.
I did text with him today. I just wanted to check and make sure he was okay. Especially from the video that he did do. I wanted to make sure he was all right.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna share the screen. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
This is around the 6-minute mark, I believe.
Oh, that's weird. What? Let me turn around.
Wait a minute. Oh shit.
You lost it?
No.
Who's that?
No, I just want to make sure that it's gonna play. Oh, I know what I gotta do. Because see, this damn thing would get real finicky on me. It would get finicky. I gotta go up in here and make sure I ain't got no nasty stuff. I gotta play it from this. Yeah, I gotta make sure ain't nothing nasty up here.
But he was grateful to us, Red. He was grateful.
Praise the Lord.
Well, whether it's a show or whether it's the truth, it sounds like we got through to him a little bit.
Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
it's,
And it's cute. It's real cute and things.
Mhm.
well,
Okay.
I
Hold
tell you
on.
like this.
I got it, I think. Let me share the audio. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Wait a minute, let me start that over. Can y'all hear that?
Barely.
I got a lot of women that were young. You know what I'm saying? The truth about it is, last night, I went live with a couple of people. Shout out to Aunt Nikki and Big Beach. We went live last night, and we exposed some things about ourselves to be that needs to see. And I was talking, I was like, wow, that's crazy because when it came to abusing women, it was my baby mom because I always wanted to give my children what I didn't have. So the universe brought a woman in my life that would have my children, take my children away from me to show that I have to give myself that love.
Okay. Did y'all hear that at all?
I could barely hear. I heard him say your name, but whatever. I had to go check him. Look at.
No, what he was saying was his interview with us helped him see some things within himself. And basically that video was he's sending the girls home. He says he's going to look for somebody that's more mature, more compatible, blah 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 blah. He seemed to be sincere, and I'm not going to say that he's not. All I'm going to say is, you know how sometimes you can say some shit and at the time you meant it, but you might wake up tomorrow and you don't mean that shit no more. So
Right.
if it was that he did it, if he changed his mind, he changed his mind. But you could tell in that moment, he actually acknowledged talking with us made him think.
Right.
Now, when the video goes on, and I said something about this in the video that I did. It just took forever to export, so I haven't uploaded it yet. At the end, the girls are like tearing up because they had already talked about it before they got on the live, and the girls were tearing up. And one of the girls, Aya, he kept saying, "Why you want to tear up? Now you got the people on here thinking that I'm abusing you and stuff. We talked about this before we got on here. You know, like y'all know, on screen we one thing and off screen we something different. So we're not gonna play them games no more. Like I'm gonna be true to myself and I'm gonna let y'all go." So what I said, he was just really harsh with them about showing emotion about it. And I said that I was gonna say that just because you've acknowledged that you don't really love them does not mean that they don't love you. So to be that harsh about somebody showing emotion about leaving what they know to be home is a little messed up.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you talking about somebody nigga that don't know no better,
I know.
and he gonna have to. This is a good learning lesson for him, and I'm happy that we were able to be a vessel to you know what I'm saying, to his conscience.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I did I reached out to him because when I first was listening to it, because that part is about 6 minutes in. So when I first saw the video, I reached out, I said this title of this video said that you're letting the ladies go. And before I do any commentary on it, I want to make sure that's true. I don't want to be reporting on anything that's not true. And then it went on. So after that, I sent him another text to tell him, you know, thank you for the shout out. And thank you for taking what we said into consideration. And you could tell in the video that he was still like a little taken back and a little sad. So I was like, and let me know that if you're okay. And I'm serious about that. So yeah, he let me know that he was okay. And I told him if he needed to talk, we was here for him. And I meant like not on air. If he needed to talk, then hit us up. We'll talk. If you willing to look inside yourself and actually make a change, that part of our
And
stuff
we
don't have to
possibly,
be covered.
and you know what, and possibly, you know what I'm saying, you never know what your job is in this walk of life. We possibly might be the doggone 3 mentors that he needed in his life behind closed doors.
Exactly.
On the regular night.
And that's what I was saying. Like, would I say on air that I spoke with him? Yup. Would I tell people what we talked about? Nope.
Exactly.
Nope. I absolutely would not. Because if we are there to give him a change, and I told, like I said it many times, we came to you as elders. We didn't come. He only had 2 kind of people in his life: people that love him and kiss his ass, and people that can't stand him. So he's never had that middle ground for somebody to say, "Hey, I don't rock with the shit that you do, but we open to hearing what you got to say."
Right.
He's never had that. So
here we go. Let me play it. I'm gonna play it because I made a longer clip. Let's see if it plays.
Because we don't really understand what it's going to take to get out what we want. So the truth about the matter is, what I created here, as you see, 3 beautiful wives, is somewhat of a facade. It's not real. These women are young. I'm from the hood. I'm 38 years old. These women can't. They're not on my level as far as maturity or experience. So why I put out an image about my beautiful wives and me being with my beautiful wives, and I'm not truly happy. I'm not getting what I need because these women, we don't relate to each other on a generational level. So they're 22, and I is 31, but I is not where I'm from. You see, I'm from Harlem. I'm from a different cloth. I need a woman more like myself, but I wanted the world to see that black men, we are powerful, and I created something as somewhat of a facade, but I have to live in this facade. I have to live in this world when the camera goes off. The truth about it is that I'm not happy. I have good sex with Malia, but outside of the sex, she doesn't relate to me mentally. She responds to me in ways that are difficult because at the end of the day, it's not for me. So I'm lying to you, and I'm lying to my reflection, and I can no longer lie to myself because at the end of the day, it's not right. This is a good idea. I created this illusion, but the illusion is just me fantasizing about what I feel is a weapon against white supremacy. But it's not real. Aya is just not compatible with my image. So it's Efru and Malia outside of the bedroom, me and Malia. In the bedroom, me and Malia is crazy. But I can't be ruled by lust. I can't be ruled by lust. That's a 7 deadly sin. So I can't make my decisions off the fact that we have good sex. Because outside the sex, me and her don't have a good relationship as far as understanding me. So I'm very alone in the world that I'm in. That doesn't mean that these people don't understand the knowledge and they're not my people. They help me. They help take care of me. Because I'm a king. These people come to learn and understand things from me about themselves. And at the same time, what I offer them, I'm not getting in return. I'm lonely. I'm without a queen. I'm 38 years old. I'm from Harlem. I need a woman, a real live woman, to come in and handle a man like myself, but not disrespect me, but be more compatible with me. I need somebody mature enough that I can relate to. And because I put this filter on my life while they allow women with kids to come to me, I got a lot of women that were young. You understand? And the truth about it is, last night, I went live with a couple of people. Shout out to Aunt Nikki and Big Meech. We went live last night, and we exposed some things about myself to me that I needed to see. And I was talking, I was like, wow, that's crazy, because when it came to abusing women, it was my baby moms, because I've always wanted to give my children what I didn't have. And so the universe brought a woman in my life that would have my children to take my children away from me, to show me that I have to give myself that love and the people around me that love that I want to give my kids, because I didn't have parents growing up. I got to give myself that love. It all starts with self.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, was it choppy on your end all that
The
time?
whole time it was messed up for me until it got right there to the end.
Okay, but okay, how about y'all? For those of y'all who were watching, was it choppy for you guys? Because Tracy said, looks like there was a breakthrough here. Leo says he's never been nurtured. I think maybe having him on the show was part of the start of his healing. Okay, this is huge, y'all. This is so amazing that it gave him time to really reflect on inner healing. It's not just hashed together some different philosophies and call it inner healing. Okay. Okay. The princess say it wasn't choppy for me. Tay say it wasn't for her.
It was for me. But I've watched the whole video, so I already knew what it said.
Okay. It does my heart some justice, honey, because we were able to make some kind of change, or whatever this is, whether it was for the camera or not. The seeds have been planted. Okay.
Right. Yep.
The seeds were planted. So now it's all about, that's his garden, honey. What he waters and how he nurtures it is what's gonna take root. Like I said the other night, I wish we could have heard the conversation he had after the show. We heard it pretty good. Okay, so you was able to hear the thing. Okay. All right.
Well, that actually was done the next day after the show. That next morning.
That was the next morning after the show. Yeah.
After the show. So maybe it was some reflection and us telling them, like, listen, you trying to worry about so many other people coming in when I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
But if you guys get a chance, I'll send y'all the link. I'll put the link up because I got it off Gossip Girl's channel, but I'll get it right off his live. His thing was he broke down the fact of the relationship he really has with the ladies. He broke that down, and the ladies were talking. Just in case y'all didn't know, like I said before, they didn't talk while he was interviewing with us, but there are other interviews where they talk. They do talk.
Right.
Whether it's by him saying, yeah, we gonna talk, well, whatever, but they do talk. So he was breaking down what the relationship was. He was like, with Malia, we have good sex, but we don't have anything outside of that. With Aya, he was saying it wasn't that great, the sex. But I don't know if they have
connected that, right.
Right. He was saying he just needs a mature woman in his life, and stop trying to get it from the younger women. He was like, I connect with Aya, but Aya ain't where he from, so she don't understand like his street mentality and shit like that. And he broke it down on each one why they're not compatible.
Right.
So if it's like, okay, I see what's wrong with me and let me let y'all go.
Right. Okay.
Now I did see somebody in the comments of the page that I had first saw it on say, well, hey, every time Nana want to come back, he throw everybody away. So is it that Nana want to come back?
Within a 24-hour period, who knows? Like I said in my video, he needs to work on his inner circle first. I think he or one of his followers saw my reaction video as well, possibly. Possibly. Anything at all is possible. The thing of it is that the seeds have been planted. So now, whatever's going on in his garden, honey, is what's going to be. So,
and I know he's not, it wasn't one of those things where it's like, all right, I said what I said to y'all, and it's a done deal. Because I've checked on him and he's answered.
Right.
So like I said, I don't condone most of the things that he does. However, if I could be a part of his change, then that's what's supposed to happen.
Exactly. Okay.
You know, you gotta think about like us as parents. Us as parents. We don't condone everything that they do, but if we're there to be a part of the change that they need and help them be a part of the change, then there you have it. And we always talk about being a village. If we're gonna be a village, we need to be one.
Okay. Okay.
Anything's possible. Like I said earlier, shout out to the universe, honey.
So be that as it may. Okay, cheering. Now I'm trying to go here because I wrote a homework assignment, but I want to make sure that I read it properly. Okay. Oh, this is what I want to get into. Yeah, I forgot about this part. But we got so busy talking about the Black America contract, which is real important.
We
but
need
let me
that.
get into here because we got Jill Biden coming in as our first lady, who was a dynamic second lady with
yes,
Madam Michelle, honey.
Yes,
and
they work together well.
Them two women, honey. I don't ever think that we had even a more powerful, White House right there ever. You know what I'm saying?
We never had a first and second lady like that.
No. And now she's coming in as first lady. And I know, I'm so hoping that she encourages Joe to bring on Elizabeth Warren as Secretary of Education or whatever that damn title is for the education. Betsy DeVos is gone. That bitch is fire. Bitch, you fire. Okay? She should have been
about to lose your job.
You about to lose your job. Get this dance. Get this dance. Okay?
Get this dance.
Get this dance, bitch. Get
bitch,
your
you don't know nothing about education. Why are you there, ho?
Out of here. So with her coming in, I'm hoping she can persuade him to bring in Elizabeth Warren as our education czar. But here's the question. Do y'all see that our current First Lady, Melania, missed her chance at being effective with her platform? Because could you imagine what she could have been able to do for the special needs community, seeing that they boy, what's his name?
I don't know. But like I said, Tay said that he did sign some kind of bill where it keeps people that have special needs, like autistic kids, from having to reapply for your Social Security benefits. So that was the one good thing he did. And I'm sure he did that because his son has special needs.
Okay. So that was something that
he did do that. I don't know if she probably has something to do with that because his mind, he don't think nothing wrong with him.
And that's fine. But okay, so that's one thing that they did, but they've been in there for 4 years. So why couldn't she not have used her platform to have been a czar of sorts?
She don't seem like she used her platform at all. What did she use it to do?
Huh?
I'm just saying. I'm being honest. I was never paying attention to the bitch because I didn't want to hear nothing she had to say. But what did she do as first lady that we can commend her for? Did she do anything?
No, she just planted flowers in the garden.
Oh, okay. Bitch.
She planted flowers in the garden and stole Michelle's speeches.
She ain't steal them. Somebody on purpose gave her them fucking speeches because they knew that bitch ain't know them. Let me tell you something. Some petty motherfucker in they camp knew that bitch ain't know nothing about Michelle, wasn't gonna read it. The bitch probably ain't read it till they put it in front of her ass. That was somebody petty that was secretly on our side.
Now here's the ticket though. What I have always questioned about that, or who was the bitch to leak that? Okay.
What? To leak it, or what you mean? She said the speech in public.
Oh, I know, but who was the bitch to leak the fact that that was a Michelle Obama speech? Because ain't nobody know that was. We wouldn't have known that. We probably would say, "Damn, that sounds familiar," but we wouldn't have clocked that that was an old speech.
I don't know because the news had it real quick.
I know.
So
That's what I'm saying.
Analysts,
Who leaked it? Because they leaked it enough to where they knew exactly what speech to go get if we'll do a side-by-side video.
Mm-hmm.
But all it takes, Beach, is somebody to doggone be studying either
political science,
multimedia, political science, or multimedia broadcast, anything like that. If you study any of those classes, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you just doggone really the political science class, it probably about 10, 20 students found that shit the same day.
Possibly. But if you studying like that, then that means you sitting up here wanting to be a speechwriter in political science. Because
listen, that's what I said. That was somebody petty and secretly on our side, honey.
Yes.
Somebody petty and secretly on our side gave that bitch that motherfucking speech and knew her dumb ass wasn't going to know. And they was like, look at this bitch.
And they called their sources down at the news, but like, bitch, we just took this speech from here. Go look it up. Because you gonna do it word for word.
Right.
But you know, those who are in the press corps gives a copy of the speeches. A lot of those that travel in the press corps and all that, they get copies of certain speeches or whatever so that they can have time to write questions or whatever, or know, so that they could remember how we were at the game. And how they gave us the shot calls and stuff.
We take the stats and stuff during the game.
Right. So I think that's what may have happened. And then somebody just sat down there and said, look this up, because somebody leaked that. Okay.
Because it might have been somebody who just, and this is probably how it sounded to me. Somebody who knew about the speeches, right? Or knew Michelle Obama. And when they heard something, and they probably was like, hold the fuck up. Might not have been the whole thing, but they heard some shit and they like, that shit sound familiar.
Right.
And then they got the motherfucking team on the shit.
Okay.
And they like, bitch, hey, where I go?
Okay.
Where I'm at?
Huh?
I lost my page. You can still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as you can still hear me. They couldn't see me anyway. I don't know where the hell I just went, but I ain't gonna mess with it as long as you can still hear me.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay.
Yeah,
baby. Yes.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Melania was walking around to her husband tomorrow. You about to lose your job.
Okay.
That bitch in there probably all kinds of happy, treating that nigga like, I get to get the fuck out of here, you crazy bastard.
Okay.
Mm.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
I mean, this is about to be a little entertaining. You know what's funny though? How he want to call foul play on the votes and shit.
Right.
But you ain't had no problem with that when we needed those recounts and shit for Hillary, bitch.
Well. Okay.
It wasn't no motherfucking voter fraud and shit then.
No, of course not.
Which everybody on the planet knew it was. But let you tell it. Everything was above board. That motherfucker crying so bad that he ain't get Georgia and Pennsylvania. He don't know what the fuck to do. Yeah.
Okay.
I swear to God, I wish somebody could have one of them little spy cams and shit somewhere. Because right now I feel like being a whole nosy bitch. Like I just need to know. I need to know some of this shit. I need to know the tea. What the fuck? Is the bitch in the room crying? Is he breaking shit? I need to know.
Okay.
I feel like, what was the name? Rona Barrett.
Who?
I need to know. Okay, let's take it all the way back. Where Miss Bonita? Where Miss Bonita?
And honey, there you have it. Okay.
I need the soup, honey. You know, remember on Friday? Remember on Friday when they was like, he gonna cry in the car. Remember that line from Friday, from the Friday movie, when the boy when he got his chain snatched, and Craig, and then they said, "Oh, he gonna cry in the car." That's Trump.
Right. Okay, here's your homework assignment, children.
Okay.
What do you want the next 4 years to look like under the incoming administration? If you could draw a picture or paint a photograph or whatever the case may be, what do you want the next 4 years to look like? Okay, now let's be realistic because we know we got work to do. We know, and thank God that we only have 4 years worth of work to
I
clean up,
was
and not a whole
that. About to say, you get out my damn mouth, my head.
Thank God, because usually a Democrat come into office having to clean up 8 years of Republican nonsense.
Just what Obama had.
And the whole thing of it is, it becomes nonsense. It's because, see, I'm gonna say this too. Oftentimes, it's not so much as the ideas that they have; it's the execution.
The execution.
It's the execution, because oftentimes, okay, if you said you're trying to do this for the economy and you want to do this, well, as we've all said, you're doing this is only going to benefit this group of people.
Right.
And it causes chaos for this group of people over here. And when the chaos gets started, then y'all looking like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And we like, no, motherfucker, hold up. What about us?
Yeah, then we the animals, and we this, and we that.
We this, we that, and yeah. So it's the execution. And then all those who got money, or all those who got businesses that's making money, because all the black folks who keep saying, oh, he does so much for black folks, usually those are business children who businesses have prospered.
Right. Y'all shit a whole bunch of write-offs and all kinds of things.
Exactly. You done found this tax loop, you done found that tax loop. So when you consider there and say, oh, my business is doing great. Okay, so you got more money, but how many of these jobs did you create? Okay, you got a business, but did you create any more jobs? What are you doing with the prison population? How come, especially black-owned businesses, how come you are not one to go and break this recidivism of the prison population?
Right.
Okay,
and don't try to dog the prisoners out just because they came out either, and try not to pay them. You trying to pay a grown-ass man 30 and 40 years old because they done spent 20 years in jail, some fucking whatever. What y'all say the minimum wage is $8 or something like that?
$7.25 an hour.
Not a fucking grown-ass man who may have a family, who had maybe been holding him down the whole time he was in jail. Now you want him to come home and work for $7 and some damn change to be able to take care of his family. Don't do that. And you still gonna get write-offs and tax cuts because you know they got those programs. If your job hire prison ex-cons, you get all this extra shit. So pay them what the fuck they worth and stop trying to still, like y'all said, trying to keep them locked up. You paying them slave wages. And it's always the jobs that work the hardest that get paid the less.
Okay, there is something. There's a temp service, and I can't think of the name of the temp service right now. But I know they're popular because they specialize in employing folks that have criminal backgrounds and carry on, right? Okay, but they do just that. You got them working at hotels, because at the current at my donut factory, we had these folks that were working. So you got them working in laundry and in the kitchen and carrying on. But they're only getting $7.25 an hour. Now clock this. Then you take out money because y'all bring them to or from work. So now you done took out.
Oh yeah, I know those kind of agencies. They got them up in Philly too.
And then you take that money out for this. And then next thing you know, at $7.25 an hour, they done work 2 weeks in the hole. So now what they think they getting, bitch, by the time they get through with all these goddamn deductions, they getting a week's check.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you wonder why people out still trying to commit crimes.
Exactly. So when we have that kind of stuff, and I question Black-owned businesses because I do believe that this particular company is a Black-owned company. When we have those kinds of companies and things of that nature, you claiming that you're doing this for the culture, okay?
Do it for the culture.
Okay, why is it that we get all this flack? So oftentimes, for those of y'all who may be listening and are conservative or whatever, it's not the fact that it's the policies, because oftentimes I think the policies are cute to a point, and that's where it is. It goes up to a point, but then they only benefit a certain number of people. The policies are not for everybody. Even for those policies where you say you wanna go like work first. In Michigan, that's what we call the back to work program for those who get food stamps and shit. They call it.
And Philly is welfare to work.
Okay, so you say work first, but here's the ticket. You sit up here, and what you don't do is tell the folks that immediately we taking this out of your goddamn check when you start working or whatever.
And immediately you stop getting your child care and all kinds of stuff. How they supposed to be able to afford it? You're not helping them.
You're not helping, especially when they coming in on a job that's not catching. Minimum wage nationally is $7.25 an hour. And I'm saying national because each state now has, you will hear certain states have a state minimum wage.
Yeah, I was going to say, because when I came to Georgia and they said that's what minimum, I was like, well, I haven't had a job that was minimum wage probably since I was a teenager. But when I went just to have something to do, I was like, oh, I'll go get a little job at Dollar General or something, just so I wouldn't be in the house all the time before I went back to school. And I said, oh, hell no. Exactly. I wish the fuck I would.
And then here's the thing. So in order to say that, well, we pay more than minimum wage, they may pay, minimum wage is $7.25, so they may pay $7.75 or $8. Okay, $8.
You can't even get somebody $10. God damn, that still ain't enough.
But wait, because you did that, by the time social services break down your budget, now you done made $2 over the amount, so they ain't gonna cut you off everything.
Everything. How about this in reverse? I remember a long time ago. I remember I was getting food stamps. This was before I was doing mental health, but not the way that I had got into it after this. But I wanted to get on one of those programs like the welfare people have, right? They gonna tell me because I didn't get cash, I couldn't go. Like enticing me to want to get cash just to be able to get this program to learn some shit. It was for medical billing. I wanted to learn how to do medical billing. Somebody had told me that it was good money in it and everything, and it wasn't that hard to learn. So, I called the welfare office and everything, and I was asking, I get in the program? And the lady said, well, you're not eligible for it. I said, well, I get food stamps. I didn't even get medical back then because everybody was still under buying thing, right?
Right.
So, but I got food stamps. They said you have to be receiving cash. Why you gonna make me take some cash just for you to help me get on the help me to go learn some shit?
Right.
That shit is ridiculous. Those systems are set up to keep us on them.
Right.
And then they'll say, oh, they lazy, they don't want to work. But if you're not giving me a job that's going to sustain my family, but I know if I got a family, I can go get some food stamps and some health insurance and stuff like that to take care of my kids, and then go get an under the damn table job. Because y'all make it so, like I said, I've seen girls up in Philly and stuff, they do the welfare to work program, right?
Right.
Mostly everybody up there become like nursing assistants and shit like that. They go work in the nursing homes and all that old shit. But then the minute you start making some money, they take away your child care. Now, how you supposed to pay your rent and your child care when y'all know child care expensive as fuck?
Number one. Number two, if I can't afford child care, how am I supposed to get to work? Because now I ain't got nobody watching this baby.
Period.
Okay.
But then you'll turn around and say those same people is lazy and don't want to work.
Boom.
It should be, if you're this, they know that motherfucking poverty line. People can't live, even if you got a job that pay $10, $12, $13 an hour. If you got more than one child and you got rent, utilities, child care, all that stuff, you cannot do that with that job. So then, therefore, you taking on another job or you taking on extra hours and shit. So then you can't be there for your goddamn kids. Right. Then they say we don't take care of our kids. Well, bitch, this cycle is crazy. And that's even if you got two people working in the house. Even if you got the mom and the dad in the house. The bills are so expensive. You got to pay for this and pay for this, pay for this, pay for this, pay for this, pay for this. And you still, but you won't give them no help.
How about that?
And then tell everybody that they lazy, they don't want to work, they don't want to do nothing. That shit ain't right. Those systems are supposed to be there to help them up.
Okay.
Not handicap them. And once you claim you helping them and then take everything from under them before they get a good momentum to get a raise or two.
Right.
You take everything from them and then they can't do shit again but be back on that same stupid ass system. Fucking hamster wheel.
And there you have it. So now these are some of the aspects that we are looking into. What was this, Leo? Hold on. He says, as someone who has been on disability since I was 2, though I am grateful for it, I can tell you the system does not want us to succeed. Trust me. Honey, listen. The system is the system. See, it's designed to where the rich people cannot be rich without POFO.
Right.
Okay. And why do I say that? Because poor people are their tax bracket.
Yep.
This is how they funnel money. If I, as a rich entity, could sit down there and be like Miss Millie, okay, I've always been good to you people.
You know, Miss Millie.
And donate to this particular cause there, and I'm going to donate to the hunger project, and every Thanksgiving we come down and donate our time so that we can see those who are less fortunate and things, and it's always good to give back.
And it's giving back my ass, because you get that motherfucker right back when you do your taxes.
That's where it is. That's where all those tax breaks come in at and carrying on. Listen, if you know, this is why they try to encourage everybody to have a home-based business. If you are an LLC, everything that you do out of your home, honey, if you learn how to work it, you can work it right. Because I use my computer, because I bought this tea. Because I'm drinking this tea on this camera, honey, this now becomes a business expense. Because I'm doing this as a write-off, because it's part of the entertainment. Part of my shtick is for y'all to see me drink the tea, because we dish your tea with Big Meats. Okay?
Exactly.
So everything then becomes a tax write-off. So if you got a home-based business.
Oh, I just found one for me. If I'm doing Let's Talk with Aunt Nikki, my microphones that I pay for in the studio.
Yes. Okay.
My telephone. I say Let's Talk with Aunt Nikki if I get a call in line.
Okay.
Y'all better figure out how the white people do it. That's how they do it. I ain't gonna say the white people, I'm gonna say the rich people.
You just explained the Donald, his whole platform. So this is how they encourage everybody to do it. So when you get to your taxes, everything becomes a write-off. And here's the thing. Most of us who do it from a home-based business, you could claim the loss because you lost the money because you didn't make anything back from it.
Right.
Okay. Taxable donations. If you are not a 501c3, businesses can donate to your company or whatever up to $10,000. Okay, if you claim to be nonprofit but not a 501c3. If you are a 501c3, they could donate to you. The sky's the limit.
Wow.
How much they could donate, if you work that right. So it's all about learning how to do it, get the right accountant, make sure you do it legally. And this is how Agent Owens was telling everybody, I learned it and I'm smart. I didn't have to pay taxes. Okay. See, right, exactly. My tarot cards, my internet, and my phone are all tax write-offs. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Because the internet, honey, my cable can be there because I have to use the Wi-Fi in order to broadcast my TV show here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hell yeah. And as
Yep.
much as we pay for this shit, honey, you better believe it.
Who? Matter of
Okay,
fact, when we pay for StreamYard and all that shit, we got to
everything.
pay for these broadcasts to go out. I hope y'all don't think this shit for free.
Okay, and
just,
so
just in case y'all didn't know.
this is where it comes into play. Okay, now I have not itemized my stuff, and I've been doing this for 10 years, but I have never itemized anything because I never did a 1099 and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I have long time ago. That's how I know about it, but I haven't done it in recent years because I've always did my own taxes, as far as personal taxes. And going into business taxes and everything, it's a whole different beast. So then you have to make sure that your records are together, and this is together, and that's together, and blah, 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 blah. And this is where I use my bank statements for everything because, hell, everything is off my card. I swipe the card, honey, it's going to tell me my debits account on the statement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is where all of that is. But I said all that because these are some of the things that we have to learn when it comes down to moving forward, understanding how we understand what it is that we want out of these next 4 years, what it is that we can expect. Okay. Did y'all do y'all census? I know the deadline should have been Halloween, I think it was. I hope everybody filled out the census so you can get your $20,000 rebate from the government because that
We get
$20,000,
that?
huh?
When we get that? Who get it?
See, I like doing it that way
I was
because
getting ready. I mean, I did mine when they first started in the beginning of the
right,
year, before COVID even started and stuff like that. Remember when it
right,
first started?
right.
Baby, I was right there on it. I need to be counted.
We all get $20,000. I call it a rebate because that there is money that's different from your taxes and this, that, and the other. That money
Mm-hmm.
comes to your city on to represent
Okay, to
you.
help where you live. Okay, the
Right.
benefit.
So
Okay.
everybody is accounted for $20,000 over 10 years. So they're gonna give it out in $2,000 increments. But see,
Mm-hmm.
I just found a way to sell it on the next go round. So we're going to call it the rebate check. Just like when you go, y'all know how we do. You got to wash and dry, and they said, "Oh, well, you got to mail in for your $50, $100 rebate." Everybody,
Uh-huh.
you got to mail your receipts in and show that you got
Right.
proof of it. This, that, and the
Uh-huh.
other. And they tell you it take you 6 to 8 weeks before you get it. And y'all know damn well y'all done forgot about it. And either it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
surprise you when it show up, or if it didn't show up because you done marked off on your calendar when it's supposed to be, what you doing? You calling, where the hell my goddamn rebate?
Right.
Okay. The same thing here. This here is the rebate to the city. I done gave you this and then paid this amount or whatever. We have done this for the city. Give me my $20,000 so that my community can flourish so we can do X, Y, and Z. Okay, and if you did not fill out your census, honey, ain't no need of you bitch more than complaining if you can't get the potholes fixed, if there's a stop sign that ain't there, if there's a house that needs to be torn down that the city ain't got to yet, they ain't got the money. That's because you didn't do it. Okay, you want to know why the damn thing sitting up there, the crackheads done took it over, or the homeless children done squatted all in and carrying on? Why the city ain't come and mow down the lawn and stuff, and why the weeds just growing? Because they ain't got the money. You didn't do the census. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't do it. So that there is part of what all of this is. So we had a number of things this year, and so now that we have we got the first part of this anchor, and that there is to make sure that Joe and Kamala was going to get up there. We done did the history thing, so now the history books they are signed now because they have been elected, but it will be sealed and delivered on January 20th when they were at the inauguration. So now
Mm-hmm.
let's get the homework done so we can move forward and get your plan of action together.
Oh, we
So
should have a party, y'all.
uh-huh.
We should plan a party for that day.
Okay. And carrying on. Wait a minute. Wait. What you say, Leo? When I was in my phone sex business, I wrote off everything, G-string and porn. You would be amazed at what you can do. Okay.
I heard the girl on YouTube talk about the phone sex stuff. Y'all lucky. I might start me one of them.
Listen, you know what? I need to
get a landline. I gotta get a landline for that, right?
A different line, yeah.
Okay, I'll get a landline.
Get a landline and carry on. But the whole thing of it is that I wanted to have it as a business because I see one of the things about that I've always said, to do that you have to have a flat rate. Okay, you haven't had the flat rate charge because you know back at the beginning, remember we had the 900 numbers of this, that, and the other.
Yeah, they don't got them no more. Listen, I don't know how that shit works, but I'm old now and I'm only scared to try. Yeah, they charge. Yeah,
$3.99 a minute and shit. You get somebody who's smooth talking. You've been on that goddamn phone for 2 hours, child.
You know, some of them people will stay on there just because.
Just because, honey, and because they get caught up, and all that. So now, and like with the socket line. Now, I used to work a socket hotline, and I didn't like trying to, you know, the way how they told you to do it. I felt it was a scam. I'm the real joke, the real deal. So I didn't want to scam anybody. But you know, they were giving folks 5 minutes free. The first 5 minutes is free. And so they would sit down there and they told us, well, if I didn't have any cards, they wanted you to take a regular deck of playing cards and shuffle the cards. And they said, you got to shuffle them 7 times and blah, 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 blah. And basically what you were doing was eating up the time so they could stay on for longer than 5 minutes.
Well, that was the case. Why you couldn't just use your cards?
Huh?
Why you couldn't use your regular cards? I'd be like, motherfucker, I'm on them.
Listen, no. See, this is what the company didn't know, that I had my own cards.
Oh, okay.
Because they faxed me over tarot decks and faxed me over the sheets. I wish I still had them. They faxed me over tarot cards that they had the explanation of what the cards are and carrying on. And so I was supposed to take a regular deck of playing cards and shuffle them 7 times and then tell the folks, you know, just bullshit them and carry on. But I had my own cards.
Yeah.
And so I would sit down there and do my thing. And, you know, there were folks, and I was trying not to take it personally because folks would just hang up at that 5 minute mark. They just hung up, honey. They just hung up so they wouldn't get charged, you know. And now I did have one call. I was on the phone with that girl for like an hour, but I knew girl, everything in my spirit told me that girl didn't have no money, but she had got caught up in what I was telling her, you know, because she got fascinated that I was able to see those things that I was telling her. Now I don't know the girl from the Cat's Meow, child. I was in Detroit, and honey, she was calling me from New Orleans. Okay.
Oh, she in New Orleans calling the psychic hotline? Shit.
Hello.
Bitch, you could have walked down the street.
So so I was on the phone with her for like an hour, child. And she wanted to call me back. I said, well, you call back anytime you're ready, but you really don't need to because you already have your answer. You just want to sit down there and make sure that everything is true. But I done already told you what you needed to know. And I can feel her looking at the phone. And I forgot what I said, something along the lines of her looking at the phone. I said, tell your mama that's over there in the background, honey, to close them out. Because she don't know that I know about her too. And you can, she said they just started laughing. Right? And so they just, and then she said, oh, God, I got to call you back. I got to call you back, honey. Because and I don't know if she did or not, because eventually I ended up leaving that company alone. Because when I got my first check was maybe like $35.
I know.
They done took this out and that out. But again, because I didn't keep them people on the phone for, I wasn't trying to shade the folks or whatever, or be a charlatan, you know. Spiritual gifts, I don't believe in.
Yeah, because you know, for people like us, when you do shady shit like that, that shit come back to you so fast and so hard.
That's just not my psyche does not allow that kind of energy to permeate, honey, because if it does, then it requires too much of a cleanse, honey, in order to ward it off. So
but
I didn't do
made
that.
a law that like us doing evil with your gifts, the shit come back to you like 10 times worse. I got
Okay.
time for that. Yep. And
Okay.
that's the baby thing. Y'all remember that time when, on the Miss Cleo commercial, and she had the lady on there, and she said, "Yeah, you was trying to figure out who the baby daddy was." She said, "You know which one it is, the one you don't want it to be."
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that commercial stay in my.
Right. Okay.
Yo, I can't.
So,
Well, I said
yeah,
I was getting off this thing early. It is 10 minutes to 12.
I know. So we're gonna continue to celebrate the victory, honey. The blue wave has come through, honey. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, honey, I should have put on the blue wig that had a little body wave to it. As like I said, the blue
I know
wave.
that's right. Y'all
Okay.
don't forget the homework. This is serious homework this
Yeah,
time.
but no, we've got to get serious with all of this. And for those of y'all who are looking to be entrepreneurial and carrying on, remember the Small Business Association is the way to go. And listen, let me say this. Everybody has always, we have both sides of the fence saying somebody gonna raise taxes, and blah, 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 blah. Y'all already know the taxes are gonna be raised because somebody gotta pay for this shit. The
Yeah.
payment of all this has got to be. What do you think that y'all? We got stimulus money. I know you don't think that money ain't gonna get paid back into the government's kitty.
Right.
Okay, now you know damn well they're gonna get that money back. Okay, so already be prepared. Somebody's gonna raise taxes somewhere, and it may not even be where you think they go raise them because cigarettes are already forever. For those of y'all who smoke. Those of y'all who drink, those of y'all who go to hotels, the cigarette luxury tax and that kind of stuff always get hit first. They always get hit first. Why? Because it's a luxury, honey. You don't need the cigarettes. You don't need that liquor. But the bars are going to stay open because the bars get paid off of what? Liquor. So every time they got to go buy a fifth or whatever, you wonder why you got to pay $15 for a cocktail?
Right.
You wonder why you got to pay $20 for a cocktail because you want to go floss at the bar? Well, part of that is because a lot of those taxes are laced in that. Okay. So if you want to understand about the taxes and carrying on, I'm going to say this. All of us need to take a course in that. All of us need to look at the funding sources among these plans. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make that part of the homework too. Research department. Let's go look up Biden's plan and let's look at his funding sources. Let's look at how he's going to pay for all this because I'm sure in some way he's going to tell you where the funding coming from. Okay, because remember Elizabeth Warren said that they were going to tax the rich. She said we just add 2 cents to this and for those who in a certain tax bracket at 2 cents. Then it's going to pay for that over time. And y'all know 2 cents adds up real quickly. Okay. So let's go look at where his funding sources are. And then let's find out what's what. Because see, a lot of that can be padded. Because if they could get creative and say, well, we're going to rely on the public sector. Well, the public sector usually means, honey, that somewhere they going to get the tax write-off. The public sector going to pay for it, but it's going to come in the means of donations here and this, that, and the other. But then it's going to end up, they get the write-off for it because it's going to be a tax-deductible donation to the government, to the organization, to whatever. And then that's going to be their tax shelter that's going to help out businesses again. You see what I'm saying? And so are we going to get back in bed with that? Or is this going to cost the American people again? Because oftentimes you say you're trying to save families, but we the ones who get hit with the shit. So let's look that up and find out where the funding sources are so that we can understand what's coming in these next 4 years. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, my darlings, let y'all go home. We didn't run any commercials today, but that's okay. Y'all know who we are, and all of that. So,
and it was a special occasion. We won, damn it.
Okay. So having said all that, my darling honey, you may finish all of your crumpets, babies, because the tea has been dished, and you have been dishing tea, darlings. Oh, with Big Meech and Aunt Nikki and the big guy ally, Big Red, honey. If you love us, tell a friend, honey. If you hate us, tell all of your enemies. But do know
All
this:
of them.
way, shape, style, form, of fashion, honey. Everything that we're doing over here will move forward. Please share, and subscribe to all of our platforms. If you're listening right there on YouTube or on Facebook or over here at Black GDP TV, and for those of you who don't have Black GDP, go to your Roku box or your smart TVs and carrying on. Add that channel to the roster. Black GDP. That stands for Gross Domestic Product. Yeah, that's right, honey. Everything over here, we're trying to build this network to where everything here is about Black empowerment, Black businesses, how to create. We do have a lot of stuff up there, information on how you can become an entrepreneur, how you can grow your business and carry it on. And we have some information over there that's going to be housed for you. So Black GDP TV on your Roku, smartphones, and your Amazon Fire Stick, okay? So having said all of that, okay? I'm not going to even do my little hoo-hoo, honey, because shit, I done talked it out. So,
Good night.
And scene, honey. What is